Hello. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hello, Pumpkin. Hello, Amar. Hello, hello. It's been a little bit, but I've been doing alright. How about you? I'm okay. Thank you for asking. I've been very sleepy. I know, very in character. But yeah, overall, I've been okay. Yeah. But yeah, spring cultivation. I've heard many things about this. Especially the 20% gain for every Sinclair. I just find that very, very funny. I won't say too much about the story, but I think it's my favorite Intervallo so far. I've sadly been spoiled for like one, I think, visual thing and a very vague spoiler from Freezer about the difficulty of this Intervallo. But other than that, I've heard some like the only thing I've heard about this Intervallo is that it's great, it's fantastic. It's such a breath of fresh air compared to the previous Intervallos where it's just been like just combat notes. But yeah. Very, very cool. Reward exchange. We get our free Rooster Sinclair. Burn Rupture. Oh boy. Can't wait to add this to the Heisho pack. Okay, yeah, banners, such. Okay, so your standard stuff. Okay. Barbie time? Barbie time? Also, I recommend you read Weisong's ID story after completing the Intervallos. Ah. That also kinda means that I need to... I don't think I can see his story. Yeah, I can't see his story unless I get him. You know what that means? I need to use my boxes. Or I could just like pull for him. I could use the ticket, right? I can use the ticket. I can use the ticket. Ticket's fine. Okay, that's fine. He's a little depressed. It will take him a little bit. It'll take him a little bit. Oh, hello, Crystal. I did 185 pulls for a new Isang ID. I didn't get it. Oof. Rip. Also, we finally get to see the back of Xichun's head and see how her hair is like managed and stuff. But like, these are so cute. Oh, Don Quixote and then Sinclair in the back, just going through it. Aww. Oh, what the hell? Okay, it's just... Okay, I see. The Family Hierarch's proof. Okay. Cool. Oh, here, let me up the BGM a little. The hall was chill with a tense air, and those present all sat in complete silence. Oh yeah. Huh. Then there was Jia Yuan-chun with her lips slightly curled into a mirthless sneer. And at the center of it all sat Jia Xichun, unsure of what to say next. Well, everyone. Jia Yuan-chun, seated next to the hierarch seat upon which Xichun sat, smoothly takes control of the situation and begins the assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family, their proxies, members, and she nods slightly, acknowledging our awkward presence, and little Xichun's guests, those who stay here at our H Corp, seems to be extending without a foreseeable end. Isn't she technically from Q Corp? What's up with her acting like she's any less of an outsider than we are? Yeah, and did everyone catch that? Our H Corp? Regardless of everything else, the fact that she hijacked the meeting from the get-go is ridiculous, especially with Jia Xichun, the family hierarch herself, presiding over this official assembly. Clearly, she's using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance over these proceedings. As we are all aware, venerable former Jiamu has always discussed with and confided to me about the matters of greatest import, the momentousness of which steered the very course of H Corp's prospects. Even after it departed the family for Q Corp, venerable former Jiamu has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about it smells suspicious, but we'd already missed the window to challenge her to present us with proof without breaking decorum. Thus, as it naturally follows that I would be the inheritor of the venerable Jiamu's will, I shall be presiding over this assembly, which we convene now to discuss and determine the future of H Corp. What a grandiose and self-important introduction. It seemed clear to me that she considered herself to be the main character of the scene or something. Your grace certainly befits your station, Lady Yuan-chun.
We are all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hongyuan, despite your already saturated schedule.
We can hardly thank you enough for your magnanimity, Lady Yuan-chun. Ah, my parents. A true shame they couldn't be here. I've always sung praises of your expertise, Lady Yuan-chun. Oh, wait. Wang Zhao. Responses from the participants are just as protracted, only obsequious head of arrogant. Obsequious instead of arrogant, there we go. As heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with forces foreign to Hongyuan, their vacuum was filled by their children's generation, many of whom we had the pleasure of meeting during the Family Hierarch War.
Very well, then shall we welcome Jia Xichun, the next person to sit upon the seat of Hongyuan's Family Hierarch? Greetings, I am... Now let us begin. For many years, all those who have gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity and growth of H Corp. Jia Xichun's expression immediately sours as Yuan-chun unceremoniously cuts off her self-introduction. First on the agenda for this assembly are urgent discussions and passage of new major policy, items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution rights, auction policy, quarterly amnesty policy. Hold on, big sister Yuan-chun. Passing the Distributed Contribution Act's auction policy would allow open auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days, and a quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantage to certain families and high net worth individuals by guaranteeing them large real estate assignments regardless of their performance in the previous quarter. Xichun stutters a little flustered before continuing. My point is... My point is, these policies are going to rattle H Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Besides, these policies were pretty much drawn to favor lighting the pockets of a few select few families, and high-ranking officials of H Corp. If I may, Venerable Hierarch, lining the pockets? That's quite an odd turn of phrase to refer to the bare minimum of respect a society might repay to its highest contributing members, don't you think? Oh, before we continue, Xichun, I'm not entirely certain if you're aware, but ever since the ascension of the new family hierarch, the perceived value of Hongyuan has been racing to the, lack for a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hongyuan's concern and its lack of faith in a newly appointed family hierarch. Therefore, it naturally follows that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall and restore prosperity and greatness to Hongyuan once again. Yeah, okay, that's the family hierarch's job. Why are you? If you had pursued H Corp's articles of association, you would have known that should H Corp be deemed in a state of crisis, the four great houses and the board of directors' voice may also carry de facto power in the assembly. And the board of directors, that's us, has determined that we are now in a state of crisis. State of crisis? What crisis? Everything that led to my ascension to family hierarch was legitimate down to the final approval. These unseemly rumors and slander are tanking our value, which have built up assiduously through years upon years of toil. So what is this if not a state of crisis? And who wouldn't doubt the new family hierarch's qualities when this client is coincided precisely with her ascension? Jia Yuanchun was somehow turning the room against Xichun without presenting a single shred of evidence, portraying her as some sort of burdensome hierarch who was single-handedly tanking H Corp's value. No one in the assembly, not a single representative from any family present, stepped up to point out how Jia Xichun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside forces that had marched right up to Hongyuan's front yard. Or how she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell embers of war by quickly taking control of chaos within Taguanyuan. She hadn't shown any glaring signs of incompetence in her ascensions, despite her relative inexperience, but... Everyone in Hongyuan's board of directors, the heads of each family, averted their eyes as though all that somehow, inconceivably, slipped their minds. So you take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Xichun? Very well, then proceed. We're all waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30 years' quarterly net revenue records for Hongyuan singularity-related businesses, your calculations on next year's fiscal debt forecast, and the exact recipe and variation numbers for the boluses that have been registered in the last 5 years. The Venerable Hierarch has not received that data prior to the meeting. You must all be aware of the chaos that followed the ascension. We are still indexing all available materials too. Isn't that funny? Not once in the history of Hongyuan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answers regarding Hongyuan's historical statistics. Jia Yuanchun must have known all along too. She must have known that the previous family hierarchs were all directly supplied with an immense repository of information through Jia Huang Worm or something of the equivalent. And she's using it to target Xichun's weakness. Knowingly asking questions she, the first family hierarch without the mana worm, couldn't possibly answer. The responsibility is tied to the venerable seat of the hierarch, Jiamu, matched only by the great power bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is so evidently unprepared for the task? Given the present circumstances, our hands may be forced to call to vote the notion of no confidence. The motion of no confidence? A motion of no confidence, when passed by the high-ranking political officials, can result in the removal of the chief executive from office. So they're going after Xichun's power. So in this picture Jia Yuanchun wanted to paint, impotent family hierarch stammering and crumbling through her first meeting to the total and near unanimous lack of support from the H Corp board of directors. Whatever jargon they're about, seems to me they've not an ounce of respect for the last or us. Never trust twats overly obsessed with numbers and optimizations. They'll be the first ones to kick you out the moment they longer see you as useful. Or you're not the only one who's pissed off, so can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? Don't need to make your frustration any more obvious, you know. My arse would have left the chair long ago if it weren't for this lass. In H Corp, should the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the notion, certain parts of the family hierarch's power would be removed. It is entirely possible that she would become a hierarch in name only. Oh, so they're threatening to fire her unless she falls in line. This is some needlessly convoluted way to... The assembly will now consider the motion of no confidence. Are there any objections to bringing the motion of no confidence against family hierarch Jia Xichun to the floor? Hold on. The vote of no confidence isn't an item you can invoke so lightly. The Shi family has no objections. Let's say the Wang family has no objections either. Xue family too. The rest of the previous family heads seemed to have changed precisely nothing. Those in power wore more youthful faces, but their tongues still carried the same old resistance to change. The new family heads were just as uncooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Jia Yuanchun's good graces. New faces? Same old. And needless to say, Heathcliff wasn't the only sinner fuming with rage. Tis far too vexing to simply watch and do not. Right? If I knew you wouldn't let this slide, Don Quixote, they're walking all over Xichun like she's not even there. Forsooth, we cannot let such injustice transpire unbated. Hey, seems like we're both on the same page. That's it. I'm not going to hesitate to make myself heard again. This time I want to be courageous. With your help, Don Quixote. Come on, let's do this together, okay? Very well, I am in agreement. Yeah, let's then go on 3 at the same time. If there are no objections. 1, 2. The Assembly will put this resolution to vote in a month. And 3. Here I objection! Bloody hell. Oh, have you got mental? Sinclair stood tall at the center of the entire room's undivided astonishment alone. Huh? Don Quixote, still firmly on her seat, gazed upon Sinclair's proud stand and rubbed her nose. Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become, with such unrelenting fervor and utter disregard for decorum. Certainly, mine efforts have finally borne fruit. What the hell? That Don Quixote or Heathcliff suddenly rub off on you or something? No, wait, no! What happened here, Don Quixote? What happened to objecting together? Oh? I had taken thy suggestion to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels bearing the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze in the Department of LCC. Disputes in succession of power on such a high-level government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree? Why are you normal all of a sudden? Lad, what just happened? What happened to the clammy meat boy? Well, that's... I guess... I just assumed that this is how Limbus Company rolls now. There seems to be an unexpected outburst from Xichun's guests. Withdraw your objection. We will consider this a momentary loss of control and not enter it as an official statement. It was, Sinclair's eyes were shaking like someone with his life on the line. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in her abilities. So please, I encourage you to elaborate. When and how will Xichun demonstrate her aptitude for the responsibilities of the family hierarch? His voice continues to shrivel in a corner. He can't. And how could anyone? How could anyone when we all had a very clear view of her path to ascension? During the family hierarchy evaluation, Jia Baoyu donated coins he received from Jia Chu to you. Essentially, you pity-partied your way to victory. Pity-partied? And for your ascension, Jia Chu and those outsiders from an upstart company had to almost literally carry you to the seat. Has there been a single victory attained by your own hands in that entire process? But we have not... Have we not... Wait, but have we not all been witness to the qualities she exhibited during the family hierarch evaluation and her own ascension? You must have no shame snaking your forked-tongued audience of both heaven and earth like an unwitting buffoon. That's when quiet, even footsteps broke through Jia Yuanchun's merciless dismantling of Jia Xichun. Yet, I see the point. The hierarch with her grace needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all. This is no place for an outsider to speak. But proceed. Just how will she prove herself before us? What an odd statement, coming from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me, I can only presume from your verbosity that the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders. You have said it yourself, no? That the vote on a no-confidence resolution will proceed in a month. That seems to give the venerable hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family. But what? It's rather clear to me that there are many who find their own defeat in a family hierarch war difficult to accept. Such doubt is easily resolved. A match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously. Very well. a fair challenge between clans, which would preclude the participation of the Family Hierarch's Heisho packs and the Jialan guards. So you remove her POW cannon and Ju chariot before the game even begins? Why not make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts if such is the case? Huh, what audacity. Do you truly have that much faith in Xichun's abilities? You must know the consequences of failing these matches, no? It will be a unanimous one-sided end to the vote of no confidence. And naturally, any and all rights appertaining to the Family Hierarch shall be transferred to the board of directors. That's fine by us. You're free to choose any champion whom you see fit. Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to share your inflated confidence. But in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted silence from all the other sinners, a clear, carefree yet defiant voice rings out. Honglu's retort. That's not true at all, big sister Yuanchun. We actually have just as much confidence in Xichun as she does. His wide eyes stare directly and unblinkingly into Jia Yuanchun's. It occurred to me that this might be a way of his way of expressing anger. Impotent child, how dare he stare me down like that? Then you're welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before an audience that she is indeed fit to be Family Hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality. In other words, should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightly challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the Family Hierarch. The consequences of such recalcitrance would be no different from those that the traitors are facing. Wouldn't you agree? Well then, we will excuse ourselves now. Wait, Zhigong turns around toward us with the same mysterious smile and slowly directs us outside the assembly hall. We may call them sparring matches, but you must know that each and every one of them is a test to prove your claim to the seat of Family Hierarch. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement, regardless of whom it may be. Learning from a proper master for 10 months straight might teach you a few things, but who knows how long the search for one master might take, not to mention official channels through which you must bring them past Daguanyuan's walls, which may take up to 2 months. Why not relent now and relinquish a part of your powers as the Family Hierarch to the board of directors? It seems that this fellow outsider's mental faculties are impressively lacking. My lord has spoken in the past that when in the presence of 3 people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. And here they are, aren't they? Xichun's masters, each carrying something new to teach her. All 13 of them. Zhigong gestured confidently towards the flabbergasted sinners, and the assembly came to an end. Okay. Also, I'm guessing the chat box is broken again. Oh, yes, it is broken, like always. I try to refresh it every time. Every single time. And it's broken. And by, like, the 3rd stream I put up, it's back to being normal. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't know when I'm supposed to fix it. Like, Stream Elements just hates me. It just refuses. At this point, it's a running gag. Yeah. The anonymity word. One thing I'm worried about here is the title card, since it could be spoilers for those who have yet to catch up with the story, just for Jia Xichun being there. That's fair. That's fair. Hopefully you'll be okay. 12 teachers. Well, yeah, not really 13 because we can't really speak to her. We were planning to train Jia Xichun anyway, but it seems that we are now under an unexpected deadline. Hey, when you said the LCB was going to help me out, did you guys mean that you were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Of course not, Xichun. Oh my god, that's a weird fucking laugh. Why did I do that? What the fuck? Big sister Yanchun's an old snake. You've just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall and prove to the world once and for all that I'm not qualified to
I need to drink water. I need to drink fucking water. Ah. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Sinclair. Thank you for stopping by. Alright. You've just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall, to prove to the world once and for all that I'm not qualified at all to be the family hierarch. But Xichun, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that's all I ever had to do. But now, things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and she's right. I pretty much lucked into this position. Xichun, don't tell me that woman's bullshit actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid that responsibility of a family hierarch might be too much. Her self-confidence has significantly decreased compared to the observation from her previous interaction. The heck, Xichun? I don't remember you being this kind of character. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? You even had the audacity to pretend not know who we were, didn't ya? Where'd all that confidence go, girl? That actually got under her skin back then, huh? So, Xichun, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yuanchun's going to continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up to each other for a long time. Is the implication that her testaments on her influence were true? Yep, it's true. Before she left for COURTEOUS, Big Sister Xichun used to always accompany Jianmu to these assemblies. If we let them hold the vote of no confidence, they're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce family hierarch scope of power. And who knows, that might even call for a re-evaluation, however unlikely that sounds. Besides, Big Sister Xichun, I think her definition of Hongyuan's prosperity might be different from mine. What she's looking for isn't for H-Corp's prosperity, it's Daguanyuan's. And I know that this all has something to do with his ties to COURTEOUS, which I bet has already been going on for a while under my radar. I'm sure they've already had plenty of talks behind my back. Which is not the kind of vision you have for Hongyuan's future, right? And that's why you spoke up against her? My vision for Hongyuan is I want to change H-Corp to be the kind of place where people can live without fear. I just never imagined I had to prove myself like this. And in only 30 days. Even then, your vision hasn't changed, right? It hasn't. Great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need Fal to deliver the bad news to Sod. So, to summarize, the responsibility of training Xichun to win these matches, these amorphous tests, upon which hinges the family hierarch's fate, and almost every facet of which is entirely under Jia Yuanchuan's control, by the way, and is probably a trap within the next 30 days, is ours. And we have to explain that to Sod. Haha, well, that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Post-mortem reports have been quite rote. Sometime later, prithee, thou must impress upon the illustrious red gaze that 'twasn't mine idea this time. Sinclair stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Sod. Yes, I understand that as well, for the 8th time. As always, Sod was wearing the same refreshingly incomprehensible smile. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts. Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great. Well then, let's give it our best. Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yes, I understand I should have never stepped out online like that, but something just... Yeah, so let's give it our best. I totally agree. We messed up everything up again, and... What?
What? Limbus Company was always going to remain here and assist Miss Jia Xichun acclimatize herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarch. It was always a part of her plan. Well, I sure am glad I took Faust's advice about how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incident reports back during the J-Corp incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned that such a thing would come to pass. That is why he has left Zilu and I to look after the new family heart position, which must still be on rather thin ice. Oh, so that's why they were privately talking about when he pulled him aside. Doing nothing, allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors not but putty in Yuan Chun's hands. And that would have led the snake to de facto assume the seat of family hierarch. Against such an insidious foe who wields intrigue as her weapon, the most viable strategy is the most direct one, to challenge her head-on. Besides, has this not given you the excuse you needed to prolong your company's stay in Daguanyuan? This is also a prime opportunity for Jia Xichun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome on the vote of no confidence. They have played right into her hands by accepting this deal. So, I don't want to rain on everyone's parade, but, are we not even going to consider what might happen if we fail? No, you're not, because you will not fail, not with us aiding your efforts. Also, were you serious back there when you said that we were all going to cheat Jia Xichun? All 12 of us? I won't object to selecting only a few of us with better aptitude to be educators. Ah, by the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results were entirely to my satisfaction due to an unexpected incident. Miss Otis, that is a statement mired in narrow vision rife with factual refractions. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are not defined by such statistics. So you must be the one who placed last in that scale. Oh, poor Isang. As I said before, I say it again. The sinner's composition is mostly different flavors of murder hobos. Chaos is sort of a given. This is true. Just don't say anything, but it's best not to stand out like a sore thumb. I may have overreacted then. My lord has said that from the virtuous we may learn to replicate their merits. From the flawed we may learn to avoid their fallings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anything can be a teacher. I also embrace this teaching. Seek from all those who come across. Just what in the heavens are you doing? I am preparing a lesson plan for young Xichun, our family hierarch. Wow, you sure got on that fast. So what are these yellow wormy things here? Aha, 'tis a star twinkling in its radiance. According to the schedule you prepared, a student would have -3 hours available for sleep. -3 hours for sleep. This lesson plan's execution will require cooperation from T-Club. Yeah, it was supposed to be a mistake, most fatal indeed. I shall correct it post-haste. Zhigong was staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with her usual crescent moon eyes. Wait, is that supposed to be Zhigong's grimace? Of course, each to their own, I suppose. I need not be shaken by every little thing until we have the actual lesson plans in hand. Hey, thanks for putting your faith in us, Zhigong. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it couldn't have been easy. You could say that I have learned my lesson. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. Layers of stupidity and learning. Learning from stupidity. Saw it to Zhigong first time. Oh god, more reading. Okay, let me take another sip of water. I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans as per Zhigong's request. Oh! I I received a total of 12 lesson plans. She's so cute! Wait! Look, I know, like, this is what I got spoiled on. This is what I got spoiled on. Like, I tried so hard not to click on the images on Twitter to look closely at all of Xilu's sprites. Oh my god, she looks so cute! The little bunny chart! She's so cute! And her hand. Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, but she still has her sword. That's okay. What the heck? Hold on, shouldn't there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. Huh? Yeah, I handed him my lesson plan too. Hmm? That is because... Oh my god! Wait. Where's my snipping tool? Where's my snipping tool? Mode, rectangular. Yes. Yes. Save. Where am I saving it? Yes. She look cute. In all caps. So who didn't do their homework? After a brief silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. Of course they blame Heathcliff. Tanya, it ain't me. Oh please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could it possibly? It's me. You, Sink? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's Sinclair was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, Sinclair C was a large stack of papers, each filled to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers? Phew, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan. I couldn't stop myself from writing. Phew. Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed a big bundle of sweat-soaked papers into Zilu's hands. And she receives it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. What's up with her? Let's start reviewing from the first of the stack. 108 analytical approaches to an esthete's AAA. What does AAA mean? And how do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. Huh? What? F you. Went too far. Right, sorry! Flip the page and continue reading from those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? It's quite viscous and the paper is partially melted. Lady, watch yourself, you almost got some on my arm. Aha, I'm painting. Xilu? In trails coating the world. Wait. 잠깐만. Oh, I should do this more often. I should have snipping tool open all the time. Huh. Now you know how aesthetics appreciate the artistry of slaughter. Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together! Xilu stumbled briefly. Whatever on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson. Thus it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce. Xilu crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls for it. Huh? Chapter 2. Exploration of exclusively long-sleeve fashion and practices. Chapter 3, projecting confidence in why having a bug arm is totally cool. That's, you know how it is. Be proud of who you are and all that philosophy stuff. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of paradigm shift where we can all come to see our flaws not as fallings but as evidence of our individuality, which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives no matter what kind of arm we have. Discard. Next. Shilu quickly flipped through the pages. Intro to Degenerative Linguistics. Subheading: The power of words. Sticks and stones may break your bones, so let's add words to the pile. My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent so hard they fall to their knees and beg me to stop. I have plans for application as well. The lesson teaches various methods pertaining to disguising compliments and criticisms and vice versa. All of this seems rather difficult to learn. I have concluded from my herethrough observations that Xichun is an individual of great promise in this field. Follow my instructions to a T and I will guarantee you that this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand at any verbal confrontations. Is this a curriculum to make the best brawler or the best family hierarch out of me? Shilu seemed quite interested, but Xichun's vehement veto eventually overruled the suggestion. On Justice. Another impressive title. Subheading: Methodologies of captivating an entire room of preoccupied audience. Discard. Fionti, wherefore? Next. Oh, what? A praxis of ego splitting concerning inter-mirror conflict between the self and the reflection and paradoxic ally reflection and paradoxically fractured theory of idealism in which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door. Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Miss Ryoshu's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest. Survival and exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I narrowed them down to 3 culprits. Oh, wait, I forgot to take the part out. And into the shredder it went. When did the paper shredder get here? Oh! I'm saving that. Wait. I'm saving that. Yeah. I saved like that. Yeah. The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or 2 in your mouth, especially useful when getting lectured. Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. Aha, so it was you who made those crunching noises in our last meeting. What? Nah, do you take me for an amateur? The art of social maneuvers, how to let it flow through you. How not to make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. The most important part of this art is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Dagonyan people who hated him. I see. This... I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. Oh, salt! This lesson plan was designed based on Rodian's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I didn't know he considered that to be a unique strength, okay? Let us consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality one might seek in the Family Hierarch. This one is certainly interesting. What separates bravado from bravery? Jack shit, sawed off and grabbed your weapons. Yup, always gotta read the full print. Ha! It's my philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of Family Hierarch's qualities, but our focus is not developing an hierarch of a syndicate. Next. Information disparity as a driver of inequitable treatment. Huh, that's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. An application of engineering frameworks. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. For systematic resolution in rational self-interest driven societies, Jessel shout. And is it still going? That was 1/5 of the full title. It seems that the same trouble hindered both you and I. Every word in the title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed, indeed. After she had gone through the majority of her lesson plans. Finally. Now that that's over. Yes, it's finally my turn. Sinclair sided with the gravitas as someone who has been bestowed the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself and thought I could be good at it. So I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. I call my lesson the theory on self-overcoming. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to always shoot higher. Hold on, you had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Ah, of course, I prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty, too. I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. Yeah, too bad he's so into it that he's not even listening to what Xichun is saying. Following that, your company's... seems like Gila has completed her review. Oh, I see. Now, how's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? My curriculum most especial. Okay, so that's a no. Yes, I am busy reading the story. Yes, I am busy reading. The thing that only 1% of Limbus Company readers and Project Moon fans do? I know, right? Crazy. That was Saw's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust. At least Sinclair's lesson plan survived. 1% is being generous. Ah, yes. Phew, Miss Jigong, Miss Sada prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? But Jigong and Sa weren't looking at the dozens of lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before their eyes. They were looking away. Jigong especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Jilu? I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So, this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Xichun's teachers. Or should I call you pupil Sinclair to be exact? This has got to be a mistake, right? Isn't Xichun the pupil here? No, there hasn't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well. What? What? Seriously? Aww. Aww. This is a cute CG. Aww. I need to make this into an emote. Wait. Wait, my cursor's there. No. Wait, don't save it. There we go. I need to save this. I need to save this as a Sinclair what? And then I need to save. Oh, god damn it. No. Oh, god damn it. There we go. And then I do this. And then I do this. And then Xichun. There we go. This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Now this looks like a proper classroom. I want that face too. Sinclair, no, what? There we go. It would have felt pretty dang empty with just Xichun sitting there all on her own, don't you think? Besides, I bet Sink's the resident expert on going to schools, right? School was a luxury for me, you know? Yeah, maybe, but that doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. That's another good expression. That's a fantastic expression, Sinclair. That's absolutely fantastic expression. I would love to steal that. Thank you. Thank you, Sinclair. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out my teachings just to anyone. Ah. Don't forget, we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Otis, you always get on your soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something after every single battle anyway. And you, Ishmael, you always get hyperfixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least. And I will ensure that you receive the best education I can provide, Sinclair. Hold on, Isang. I thought you were the underdog duo. Remember during the checkup when I said we got this? We were going to get this together. The evaluation painted a twisted picture on the true scale of strength, the sole measure which erroneously relied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart knowledge for those who require education. Congratulations, my lady. You'll find yourself a desk mate, which some also call a bestie, depending on desk placement. No, they're gonna call them besties. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Saving that. Deskmate. Bestie. What the heck does any of that mean? Huh? Xichun's eyes widened with confusion as though she had heard those words for the first time in her life. She. When I first met her, she was 16. She explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institutions. This is par for the course for the children of Hongyuan who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch. The reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. So, deskmates and besties. Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as his teachers. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. A bestie might nudge the other awake when they doze off, share their homework with one another if they forgot to do theirs. They usually end up being included in the best memories of each other's school time. Oh, wait, I'm saving both. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yep, save that as that, and then I'm gonna Xichun sparkle. So not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. Have confidence. It may have come a few years late, but I'm moved that my lady finally has a chance at experiencing school. Same here. I remember like it was yesterday. Xichun would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Dude! Oh, that reminds me. One day out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I haven't had a clue how or where she even heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchen and Wait, don't you guys have lesson plans to write? Come on, hurry up. 30 days are ticking down. We only got 30 days. Of course. Unfortunately, I've become quite occupied with another task of great importance, assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Thus, I must leave the lesson planning task to you two. Zilu and Miss Sod, have you any thoughts on this matter? Slacker. What was that? I said nothing. Aww. Sinclair and Xichun dynamic so cute. Yeah. It's cute. What is that node? What is this node? Wait. Jilu and Sod appear to have aged several years overnight, their faces sunken and sallow. Titia, or finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each sinner, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. Oh, poor Jilu. Miss Zilu? Apologies. Sleep deprivation has relieved me of clear mind. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Marching to battle would be much easier. Still, thanks to Master Jiachu's methodology you shared, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarch, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must understand and master. However, to do so in 30 days, as promised, is an implausible effort. Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 super categories. And they're called... what are these supposed to be? Ji, Yang, and Ren. Ji, wisdom. The wise lose neither people nor words. To hold one's silence in need of speech shall cost them people. To speak in need of silence shall cost them words. A reasonable sequence of logic. Yang, courage. The ability to overcome fear, to act decisively. Have too much of it and risk becoming a brute. Have too little and risk becoming a craven. Needs harmony and balance. So how far are we allowed to go up with corporal punishment again? I recall no instance of discussion regarding corporal punishment. And Ren, humanity, is the benevolence of the heart, the compass of behavior that dictates respect towards every human. Clearly, most of the faculties of this school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like a certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Just what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Miss Shigong are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. Alright, Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. What? Oh. Despite her protestations, the 30 days of classes commenced. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Uma Musume minigame? If Sod and Jilu are this tired, then how in the world does Faust function with 3 hours of sleep? Sure, she has more practice, but the possible long-term effects are not pretty. Yeah, I think that goes to like that one theory that Faust isn't actually a human, she's like a homunculi of sorts. Princess Maker time, yeah, Princess Maker time. Okay. Okay. Well,
This is a mandatory class. Yes. Yeah. What's a combo? Oh. There's many combos that I have not figured out yet. Alright, let's see. My name is Isang. That is all. The music is not loud enough. What is this music in the background? Wait, what is this? The class I prepared for today. Aha, I heard plenty about your mirror tech, which makes me wonder, going by the level of advancement in that technology, couldn't you have approached it from a different angle? You know how technological advancement usually goes. People invent for the sake of creation, only to have their inventions inevitably warped to creations of destruction. Indeed, you show much promise already. As you surmise now, the mirror has, in the past, almost have been employed to shatter possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that the angle most others wanted to see happen, removal of potential risks, sound much more palatable than potential itself to some people after all. Correct again, yet destruction was a word that bore much suffering for my heart. My sole egress from it was the abandonment of my quondam fellows and my life's work, making myself a fugitive from the past. How did you bring yourself to just abandon it all? I conversed. With who? With myself. That lies within me. As you're aware, the mirror's reflection extends beyond the veils of our own reality. It reflects the potentialities, the latent strength in the world. Yet, even among them, the reflection of the greatest importance is that of the self. Let not the innumerable worlds of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct our studies inward and reflect upon oneself. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Xichun has grown. Sinclair has grown. Now, if you are prepared, do explain what you see in the mirror. You needn't haste. Oh, wait. He brought the mirror. He brought the mirror with him. I know this minigame has been compared to quite a bit to those other two games, but personally, the stat thing reminds me of a bit more of Hatoful Boyfriend. I have not played Hatoful Boyfriend, but I think I can see where you're coming from. For some reason, Xichun appeared to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I had looked into the mirror for so long. My lady, do you recall Sunjin of the Shi family who contacted you for a meeting? Yeah, the guy who said he was going to show me a precious flower that only blooms at night? I remember that you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. I wonder what kind of flower it was. Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him, my lady. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot, and would have been waiting there to spring the trap had you gone. But apparently he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad I didn't go away. You were right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We agreed to move on from that, remember? You don't have to talk about it. I was brushing my hair and looking into the mirror as we were talking, but I realized I no longer recognized that girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off because I had to. An experience like that was going to be a common occurrence anyway, and the Family Hierarch was always looming on the horizon. Perhaps what you felt then may have been shame, but it is paramount to face oneself nonetheless. Nay, especially so if it was. And Sinclair, what do you see? I see... Well, I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's so out of the ordinary. But it seemed like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now.
Now that I have some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I've uncovered a part of myself I've been hidden away for a long time. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Wow! Xichun has grown. Sinclair has grown.
Lots of Ren. Lots of humanity.
I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror.
And they have grown. Class metaphysical approach to ego in the reflected world. Level up to expert. Ah. Interesting. Novice to... oh! It gives... oh. Xichun slash resist to minus 0.25. Oh. I see. And then... okay. Oh, huh. She gives morale. Oh, interesting. Okay. Day 2. Tis true that the station of teaching is prone to imbue one with a sense of bashfulness. Sinclair and Xichun both have a bit of apprehension as well, which is understandable given what Sod told them sometime before the lesson started. Some time ago. Otis, who had been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, finally decided to voice her doubts to Sod. So, what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? Have you not considered that the usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth? You worry too much, Otis. While she might not look like it, Don Quixote is extremely well versed in those adventure tales. And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that fixers often appear when history is in the making? Let us see here. Don Quixote took a second to savor the moment as though she had been preparing her whole life for it, then continued. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honor names were engraved in history, verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer UFA. The tale beginneth in the year... sometime later. Are you done? Just how can she continue to talk at such length? She's been going for ages. Thus come with the time to test thy dedication to this class and the knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz, if thou wilt. What? Wait, what is this? When she'd even find the time to prepare this? I can assure thee 'tis a quiz of reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class. Worry thee not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? Aha, but of course, I can prepare for such inquiries. For each correct answer, I shall bestow upon you from the very treasure chest of mine these precious fixer badges. Forsooth, I did not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every one of them on 3 separate occasions at the very least. I don't know. I don't really need them. Hold thine applause, for there is a bonus reward for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of a protagonist in this thoracic I can't speak. I can't fucking speak. In this theatrical. I hate English. Theatrical play of my making, Fixer Chronicles UFA. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Still, I'm not really doing anything for either of us. It's still a pretty useless reward, but if you're turning this into a competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What? Scared? I'm gonna drink water. Yeah, water. Christ almighty. What, scared you'll lose? Is history
Is history your weakness or something? I'll have you know that I was a teacher's pet in every single history class I took. And I'll have you know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Okay, if that's how you want to play it. I'll have you know that I was a prodigy in other classes too. I did great in art classes, pretty good in math. I was just being humble, because I didn't want to steal your thunder, Xichun. Oh, then let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And on one of those days, you know what one of my masters told me? He said, "It looks like Miss Xichun is finally getting a feel for how friendships close in age are forged in school." That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there are some experiences There are some experiences you just can't learn from teachers. I TikToked in response. This year 505, what is the historical community's consensus on the most illustrious battle that Fixer UFA is said to have partaken in? Allow me to impart thee a major clue. The Doubts has paid attention as I discourse upon the 5 pillages in which the Fixer UFA was mentioned. This should not be a difficult question to answer. The honorable Fixer of the Cerulean Heaven, who attained triumph in the Battle of the Rhino Tree in the year 465, have said what was the worst ideal she had to face in her career. You got it. It was when she had to forge onward despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line to buy her time. Damn it, I was so slow. Fia young Xichun, doubt incorrect. Honorable Fixer of the Cerulean Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she was forced to stand before her enemies with hair that was not luscious, as the supply line breakage will cause her regular delivery of nutritional supplements to cease. What thou has suggested, Young Xichun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. She's speaking like she was actually there. Thine impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the ways of vividly regaling these tales, but most of the details I have learned from books. Much did I anticipate an opportunity to regale these tales to such audience, enough to study the ways of minstrels. There was a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. Aww. Time certainly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventures. Xichun has grown. Okay. And then ups their morale at the same time. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer Lysander employed in his resolution of the case of the Fae Force? Speak its name in full. I got it. It's a summer night fantasia. Yeah, I cannot let pass such unmotivated retelling of a super ultimate move. Hardly could one internalize the true noble spirit of Fixer by simply reciting it with such apathy. Thou must recreate the exact pose and the enunciation. Are you kidding me? Come on, you can do this, Xichun. You can do this. This is nothing. Illusions of a midsummer night shall devour thee whole. What is this magical girl ass pose? Wait. Wait, I'm taking the entire page. Wait. Window snip. New. Wait, new. Yes, this one. And save. Magical girl Xichun. There we go. Oh, hello, Jonathan. Show your mastery in... No, I'm not finishing that sentence. Summer night fantasia. No fucking way. Oh my god. Thine enunciation will quite shake you upon the word illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage. Thus I bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer are you planning to drag this on? Thus mattered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and Find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. That's it. Lights. Left side. Gotcha.
Don Quixote, who's watching Sinclair and Xichun's two-person play, silently wiped her tears away. Bravo, bravo! Certain minor details were missed, such as that UFA, the fixer, was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every duel. Yet, it was a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. When faced with great adversity in thine adventures, rekindle the memory of UFA, the fixer's final duel. Remember it well. Thus coming to an end the lessons of today.
Huh. It was just for a moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with fixers.
Clutched tightly in Xichun's hands were the badges Don Quixote had gifted to her. Aww. Yep, time certainly flies. Yeah, let's fucking go. That's a lot of Ren. It is a lot of Ren. I can do... Oh, okay, so I had to... 3 at a time. Okay. And there's no specific combos. Cool. Interesting. Boom.
What? This is a component part taken for the structure that forms H-Corp. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis of the nature of the former H-Corp singularity, which have been enduring for such a long time. Huh, you look kinda upbeat today, Miss Faust. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp singularity is not one that comes often. As there was potential for integration into Mephistopheles, I made a request to disassemble a part of the bus's engine, but was denied. A shame.
Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles, though, Miss Faust?
Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. I would very much enjoy a chance to completely disassemble it, even its engine, so that it could be reassembled with my own hands.
Yeah, sure.
That's just a...
Faust?
Faust?
Ma'am? Sure, I'll name it, Blast Off. Managed to learn various detailed mechanical fundamentals about old H-Corp technology. Oh, taxidermy geniuses. Fixer Association Encyclopedia for Dummies. Oh, combos.
So that's how it works. I think I get it. Didn't think this is how I get to learn more about the old H-Corp. I don't think I could do much against the reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle that iniquitous thing. The day when Hongyuan can be a place where people can live without fear. Without the fear of the encroaching reconstruction days. Without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they'll fall or not. Until Hongyuan can be a place where you can sleep with the promise to save tomorrows.
I'm sure you'll pull it off.
Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust.
Oh.
The voltage must have been set too high. Repeating experiment with different combination of fuses and wires.
There's supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? Yes. Somehow. Okay, we need more... Young. Success rate? There's a success rate? 60 max HP slash for this. Okay, good. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's every combination for every center. Interesting. Oh, he does the young stuff and also Ren. Okay. Faust knows all outcomes, so she let it happen. Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things. Greg! I love Greg. The room's air fell grim and solemn as soon as everyone saw what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On war. Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, long-lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing up shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which absolutely would have happened if Miss Xichun here failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire, too. So, my class is going to be about what exactly happens when a war... Oh. The piece of chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something on the board. His left hand was trembling as though the room's temperature had only plummeted only for him. Man, why is it gotta... Excuse me, Mr. Liu, is it okay if I smoke? Go ahead. You good? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right to a wing chief executive officer's face, huh? The moments that just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub at them. Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm going to listen to every word you have to say here today, no matter how long it takes. Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still though, I can't dilly-dally when Miss Xichun's got other stuff to deal with, huh? So, let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. Oh. Now I know enough about about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own! Yippee! And that's why the smoke war fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare. So no one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles where they could be surrounded by enemies at all times, so everyone tried to draw each other out to an open field battle, which naturally turned into trench warfare. Of course, every wing has its different singularities, so this isn't really applicable to all cases. It's just that the former G-Corp found flat plains easier to maneuver in. I feel like Hongyuan could make a pretty good use of Hongyuan as a defensive fortress, especially with its internal structure constantly shifting around, which the Heisho no one used very well. Exactly. This should explain why they were hesitating outside Daguanyuan. Remember the dumb fellows? The ones we met who were going in circles? Not to mention how the Heisho all utilized the topography of Hongyuan differently. Even if an outsider were to get a read on how one of the branches maneuver around Hongyuan, as long as the 12 Heisho branches are standing, Hongyuan is unassailable. Well, despite going into all that, I'm sure we all know what the best answer in all warfare is. Not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been telling us. I can't even imagine what it been like to have to not only witness it, but to go through all that. We did visit your fathoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. He had always shrugged off those stories of rambling of the past, but during the war he stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated to slaughterhouse precision to maximize the death of its people. There he must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently has to offer. His eyes gazed beyond the veil of the bygone past, shaking relentlessly in pursuit of what was no more. Oh boy, sorry fellas. I'm afraid I got carried away lamenting what happened. I forgot this was supposed to be a class. I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time. No, everything you told me really solidified my resolve. Wait, everything you told me really solidified my resolve. Okay. This chaos within Hongyuan needs to come to an end soon, unless something so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class. Wait for me! Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up a cigarette after cigarette without erasing what he wrote on the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. He left after almost emptying the entire pack. Ugh. Yikes. And Faust explodes the thing again. Thank you, Faust. There we go. Ah, surviving Hongyuan. Okay. Can it combo with someone? We shall see. Yeah, I think this will be good. Yes. Yeah, let's learn the war about war from the PTSD vet. How are classes going, Xichun? I'm not you, big bro. I pay attention in class. Oh, hello, Miss Dayu. She was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the contents of his lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do so this alone. It looks like it's going to be another serious class. Apologies for the delayed greetings. Dayu of the Lin family formally extends her greetings to the Venerable Hierarch. Been a while since I heard that greeting around here. Wait, what about Big Sis Balchai? Are you sure it's okay for a Jue family bodyguard to be here? I am no longer employed as Miss Balchai's guard. Wait, don't tell me we got you for... Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Balchai's orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. She suddenly let me go after the trouble was over. So, what's there for you to teach me, big bro? Your last lesson plan was about not making things awkward, got vetoed by Zilu, so... You could have taught me a thing or two if we were still kids, but come on, you spent most of your time stuck in Yi Hongyuan before leaving Hongyuan. I don't know what you could possibly have to teach me. Don't you worry, Xichun. This is the one thing I think I'm pretty good at. My lesson for Xichun and Sinclair is... In clear, neat handwriting, Honglu wrote "Surviving Hongyuan" on the chalkboard. Oh, well, I don't think I need any help in that department for you. Look, I know you have your share of assassination attempts, big bro, but Jiamu, the previous Hierarch and the Elders' favor sheltered you from the worst of it. She's not wrong. Back then, we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers. Were you also one of the handful who got assassinated? Oh, that? I was wandering the hallway because I felt like something was off about my room. Until Dante told us all to go back to our rooms, of course. Wait, it was my fault? You do have some intuition, I'll give you that. Looks like I'm going to prove myself. Dayu, would you mind preparing that thing? You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution. Sometime later, Lin Dayu appeared with 4 bowls splishing of tea before sprinkling some powder into one of them. What was that? That's powdered wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're going to teach me how to tell which of these bowls contain poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to recognize infamous poisons like wolfsbane when I was 7. If it was something as tame as what you're suggesting, Venerable Hierarch, I would not have been here to accompany him. Lin Dayu continued her process, sprinkling wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Huang Lu who was watching that with an oddly contented expression, closed his eyes. Please mix them up, Dayu. Okay. Wait, what? We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what's going on with the speed in which Lin Dayu swapped around bowls. When we looked back at Huang Lu, there were 3 silver spoons in his hand. Those silver spoons were custom made at Daguanyuan's request. It's a must-have item for children of the 4 great houses. They can detect non-sulfuric poison as well. Yeah, I know, they're actually... Actually what? It's nothing. In Hongyuan, where we are beset with threats of assassination from all directions, knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? But Honglu opens his eyes before Jia Xichun can finish her sentence. Then he throws the silver spoons in his hands like throwing pins towards 3 of the bowls. It immediately chucks the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon at. Holy crap, are you insane? You barely checked them for... Jiren's new era tea is always delicious, even when cooled. The 3 silver spoons Honglu had cast earlier were slowly melting away after quickly becoming tarnished black. Is wolfsbane poison supposed to melt through metal? People like to be thorough with their poisons in Daguanyuan. Since everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, you have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect. Fine, I don't even want to argue. What's your secret?
I want to know too. Did he sound different or something? I just went with my hunch. Just a hunch? How are we supposed to learn that? We're not Heathcliff, you know. You got the hang of it after a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin with 2 bowls? What the heck? I managed to tell the difference between the bowls by reading Hongyuan and Dayu's subtle tells. What the fuck? It's the 4th one. How'd you know? I'm talking out of my ass. A+. I see. When you say that you just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch, you were reflexively identifying the threat by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. Aha, you were using Miss Dayu's anxious breathing to clue you in. So this is how you managed to survive for so long. Listen carefully, Xichun. I know the adepts of each Heisho will come to your aid with a flick of your wrist. And I know that for your residents, Nuan Jiangwu will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful boluses to protect your life. Even still, there'll become a day when you start to feel this creeping sensation whose origin you can't identify, and when it does, I hope you won't brush off that sensation as nothing. You're worrying over nothing. Jia Xichun whipped around away from Honglu as to express dissatisfaction, but her softening expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. Aww. Alright, yup, we got more Yang. Yup. And the thing explodes. Yup, fantastic. That went to expert. The reason why Limbus is fantasy, not sci-fi, because whenever they start explaining science, it's just that baboon saying anything meme. Every 6 days, you will be subject to midterms, prepared by the board of directors, Jia Yuanchun. A palanquin has been prepared to take you to the exam sites, and only by passing the test may Jia Xichun retain her status as the family hierarch. My lady. Oh, don't worry yourself over much, Master Wei. You sound like you're at a funeral. She'll pass these tests with ease as long as she's been diligently taking her classes. No, it's... I simply hope Jia can survive until she returns. Cough. It seemed that Wei's rather funereal voice wasn't just out of his concern for Xichun. Wei, are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them, even in dreams. The unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, burying me. Steel yourself, for that was no dream at all. In fact, never have I once seen paperwork trained in the arts of air walking until now. I must be severely sleep deprived. It looks like we're not the only ones going through the ringer. Just because the achievements for the event are scoring 800 in Ziren and the blue one. Ah, Ziren and Yang. Okay. Oh! Him! Mandatory class! Midterm time! Do we get to play as her? That's what I'm guessing. Hey, you're one of the she boys. Finally we meet. We finally meet. I had hoped to fight you in the Family Hierarch War. If you'd run into me then... Isn't this supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a personal grudge against me? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The result of Family Hierarch War couldn't be any clearer, and everyone even remotely connected to the mess had all been dragged away and put under investigation. And hey, guess what? They dragged away half my family, which means more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Honestly, why don't you just declare a war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't that be much easier? War is not easy. It never is. What are you on about all of a sudden? It's not something we should be talking so lightly about, even as a joke. Your family was arrested because they were under investigation for treason against Jaguanyuan. If they're innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough. I know it's pretty much a given that they'll all be ruled as guilty regardless of what really happened. I don't know. I can't even pay them a visit because you've hidden their cells all over Hongyuan. They're not hidden. All holding cells within Hongyuan have always been designed to move around in very short intervals. You know, that does seem like the kind of design that would lead people to make some unfortunate assumptions, though I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escapes. I recently gained a better understanding of Hongyuan's structure, so I'm planning to change our policies that prisoners will still on trial will be allowed to have fixed locations. Really? Where'd you... I was lucky enough to take a few excellent classes recently. Managed to reflect upon myself a bit too. Huh. You did change a little. Still, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I got my own things to take care of. Good. Come on, let's do this. Many illustrious fixers in the past have said that naught but disparagement awaits unjust victories.
It's canonically you remember him better than anyone in the city. This is true. Even as a joke, bro, Gregor turned into this friend who's too... What? Look, in this context, doing it as a joke is, like saying it as a joke. In her position, yeah, makes sense why she would say it like that. Okay, nice. Nice. Yup. Oh, I'm just gonna have to watch this, don't I? Did I hear a solo? Hello, Isaac. Welcome to the stream. I mean, can you even count this as a solo? It's just automatically like this. Nice. 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 Ooh, she should be fine. Nice, almost a stagger. Yup, there we go. Nice. That count rupture savior. I know, right? Good for you, you won. Now stop giving me that look and get out of here. You lost most of your clan during the Family Hierarch War, didn't you? Yeah, so what? You calling me a penniless loser? Yeah, you little. And I'm sure that's what I look like to you too. I don't want your... sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation had to have died for nothing. If I show weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So I'm going to win. I'm going to win without the fertile soil my predecessors have left behind because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Hongyuan itself. Huazen, you're tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you, down to the last man. You knew my name? Ma'am? I do. So, what do you think? Want to make them sing your name in glory for the remaining history of Hongyuan? Aww. Ah. Do I have any other combos that I know of? No, that's it? Okay. Oh. Ishmael also gives a lot of yang. Okay. Heard you managed to come out on top of your first sparring match. Congrats. What is this music? It sounds really nice. I might put this on the background for like sometime when I want to. Thanks, I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. I like your attitude. Well, shall we take a look at what I prepared for today? You're teaching about exploring, huh? It's going to be an indoor class? Yup, exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. Free soloing to the top of the highest building in Hongyuan, surviving 10 days in Hongyuan backstreets with only 3 items. I had plenty of ideas, but most of them got denied. And rightly so. And that's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to adventures in the physical space. a few weeks ago. So I'm just here to fill in since the game needs a certain number of players, but really? Can you call this tabletop game an adventure? Oh! D&D. They're playing D&D! Yet, in games of make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as, what a move. Oh, nice. I'm gonna roll for damage. Gah! Young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely pummeled the Gorgon beast with thy fireball spell, rendering it most crispy. It was a formidable foe. That was wonderfully executed, Miss Ishmael. Huh? Really? Well, then as my next move. That's how you came up with this? I played a few other games, but this is new to me too. I'm still pretty new in general, I guess. This is called Jiangsu Journeys, or J&J. J&J instead of D&D. D&D's canon. Oh my god. Oh, D&D's canon. Love that PM made the fact that he has a background character relevant. It's very neat. Yeah. Gave him some more characterization. It's very nice. I'm more surprised that Isung didn't invite Faust to their campaigning. Who would she date in Baldur's Gate 3? Are you talking about Xichun or Ishmael? For Ishmael, I think Ishi would date Karlak. I think she would date Karlak. Xichun, I don't know. I don't know, actually. It's a popular game among Hongyuan's youth. It's gotten generally positive reviews too. What Ishmael so proudly presented and before everyone appeared to be a board game with numerous cards and minifigures. Okay, what do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Rule number 1. The most experienced player among those gathered becomes the JM. The JM? Yes, the Journey Master. The Journey Master designs the story around the player's choices, sets the stage for what happens next, and generally helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. That's why the most experienced player takes that role. Which would be me. Wisdom, strength, dex. Each character seems to have these things called stats. Looks like we just have to pick from a set of pre-made characters for this one. So, I'm supposed to be playing this character's role? Sinclair and Xichun picked up their cards with confusion and confusion clear in their eyes. You arrive in the great city of Yanyun, Smoke Cloud, a place known to be the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. You traveled here in search of a, legendary treasure called, the Tianya Sword, the Sword of Farland. The city of Yanyun. Huh, cool. So why are we looking for that sword again? It's because, So, there's a legend in Yanyun about how the Tianya sword is the only way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to its people. And also about how having the sword is to prove the true leader of these lands, and so on and so forth, you know? Ishmael was stuttering and stammering through the introduction without her usual confidence. I see. This city called Yanyun must be in a lot of trouble too. Seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story, Xichun nodded solemnly without noticing Ishmael stumbling through the introduction. Well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go find that sword. Then, I'll claim the Tianya sword, no matter what it costs me. Xichun nods with determination. Can't believe D&D is what they're learning. I mean, this does help with, like, critical thinking and, like, problem solving, so yeah. I think Faust would try to metagame a little, or at least try to be able to derail the whole thing. A party managed to do that with making a monopoly from goats. So she could do something similar in J&J. This is very true. Even more important, which faction would they main in Warhammer Fantasy? I don't I'm not interested in Warhammer, so I just... just shrug my shoulders. From the rumors you've gathered, it seems that the Kezan Keep might have heard of the whereabouts of the sword. What will you do? I walk up to the Kezan Keep, chat him up, and try to gain his trust. Are you sure? Remember, your wisdom is extremely low right now, which means you'll find it hard to form even the simplest sentences. What if I found a different way to gain the Kezan Keep's trust that doesn't involve a sweet talking to him? I do have a pretty high strength stat, which should give me access to certain alternative methods of persuasion that doesn't require skill in speechcraft. Hold on. I'll try to convince the Kezan Keep. I think I got a decent chance at this. My wisdom is pretty high. And you pass the check? The Kezan Keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still wary of you. Okay, then I guess I'll stand in the corner over there, unsheath my weapon, and play around with a bit. That's what he expects me to do anyway, isn't it? You're just role-playing Heathcliff now, aren't you? Ahem. The Kezan Keep shares some information about the sword he heard. He explains that the party should seek northeast, towards Yinzi Mountain, Cloud Rise Mountain. What's this? Tears begin to well in the Kezan Keep's eyes as he continues to explain. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly just for lording around the guard. The wound is pretty severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to find any. Oh no. It's too bad, but we got a job to do. Since we have what we came here for, we leave the Kezan. Well, they say that JMs aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choices, but let's be honest. I would have made the same choice. Get up and help out every little side quest when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. No, we're not leaving. I'm going to get him that medicine. What? After a few turns of various trials and tribulations for Sinclair, the Kezan Keep's son, who fortunately was able to recover, hears the story and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about the fairy Yao Guai, the guardian of the Tianya sword. He explains that the fairy Yao Guai's power grows under bright moonlight. Hold on, isn't it full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky's overcast. Hearing that, the innkeep's son takes a quick look at the clouds and tells you that it might be raining in about a week. Glad we helped him out. Phew, okay. Let's make sure we're prepared before we go. We're gonna have to roll a 15 or higher to hit. Oh. Oh. I know. I'm focused. Hey, I rolled a 16! With a final singular strike from Xichun, the fairy Yao Guai finally falls to the ground, defeated. Yes! The Tianya sword is ours! Excited, the party runs up to the sword embedded deep into the earth and grabs enthusiastically upon the hilt. With this we can... However, the defeated fairy Yao Guai, whom the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumps to his feet and lunges at Xichun, who pulled the sword from the ground. No! I quickly get between Xichun and the monster. But if that crits, it's going to be pretty deadly, even for you. Let's see if you can make the evasion save. 1, and another one. Nope, that's a critical fail. It's okay. Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The Yao Guai lies still as well, the final vestiges of its strength completely spent. Sinclair! Why was that there? Why was that there for a second? Go on without me. Take that sword and go down to the village. Become the leader they need. The sword as a proof. No, this sword shouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm going to bandage up Sinclair and carry him back. I won't leave him behind to descend the mountain all on my own. Wait, if that's your choice, then, yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy. You know, the strike would have killed pretty much anyone, but you know how healthy he is. On your feet, Sinclair, we're getting out of here together. Grab onto my shoulder, that's it, step by step. Hey, Xichun, look over here. Everyone we helped and saved on our journey come out to welcome us home. You're right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I would have never stopped and talked to every single villager there to hear their troubles. The sword was only a symbol all along. All our efforts, all the experiences we gained on our journey for the sword were what taught me how to be a good leader, not the sword itself. You're right, the real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts along the way. I feel like the game overtook the class at some point along the way. It's fine. It's fine. I can't believe that one D&D Limbus animatic turned out to be plausibly canon. There's a D&D animatic? I need to find that. I need to find it. Power of friendship. I mean, it just seems like a regular, like, maybe not a regular D&D like experience, but probably like typical fantasy ending, you know? Help everyone and then good ending. It would be amazing if all the Sinners VAs came together for a one-shot session. That I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool. Okay, they need more motivation. Cool. Expert, yes. Passive improved. Skill improved. 1 level. 51, okay. Okay, her resistance is down. Passive... Ah, on Clash lose. Good. Yes, I think this should be the combo. Nice, we're in tip-top shape now. Nice. Everything's up to expert now. Oh, he also gives morale. Okay. Interesting. Gives a lot of that one, so I think I'll do this. In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is to be wasteful. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that. Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with the manager 32 days ago. Begin quote. Huh? 32 days ago? What? Excuse me, Dante. I'm sorry to have, ask you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock one more time? What is that face? What is the face? The face returns. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck is that face? End quote. Unnecessary interjections weighed down your request. Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? It is a waste of time to involve emotions when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Let us commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes. Huh? Well, okay, sir, seems easy enough. What? Huh? Little advice for the combos, just remember to think of the ships. Oh, well. Okay. Sure. One day they will show Marisol smiling upbeat. That'll be the popular meme. Yeah, that's a new face. Here, I'll rename this when you eat potatoes too fast. And suddenly Marisol let out a cry as he clutched his chest, then fell to the floor. Are you okay? Marisol, you okay? His eyes snapped open. Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed. You're cheating. This reminds me of the incident Sinclair so desperately wished to hide. What? The what who wished what?
Despite your belief that no one would ever find your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom of the incident. Come on, just what did you see? Failed again. Class over. Okay. Oh, 9 to 5. All stats +1. Okay. Ooh, it's expert now. Let's go. Prep time. Okay. Run +4. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. It could be like... Oh god, if we're talking about... It could be like... This? Yes! 50% of Yongsak came from class. Jia Xichun stacking Yang +7. Nice! $60 max HP. Yes! Nice! Nice! Mercil is such a diva! Oh, she's already an expert. Oh. Interesting. Ay! Ineffective. Nice. Was this day 11? Okay. I guess it's wartime. Begin. Isn't Marigrey a fairly popular ship? Maybe we can try it and see if they have a combo. Oh shit. I'll try it the next day, yeah. Attention! Today's lesson will cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men, you will learn how to gain information from people. Hey, I'm pretty good at that. You just have to turn them to your side. By being generous with my spending, setting a good example as a superior, they'll eventually open up. Foolishness. Huh? That is among the worst strategies I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend the limited military budget? How wasteful it is to spend such much precious time trying to butter them over? The most efficient means of attaining intelligence is torture. Torture? Ha! I'd say that's the worst strategy I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. I'd rather not waste my clan's strength on something so utterly useless like that. Besides, if you end up accidentally killing them... Foolishness, foolishness. Jeez, can you stop saying that word? How simplistic and disappointing. Your imagination falls short if that's all you can think of when you hear the word torture. Then, this unit. This isn't exactly a military unit. Ahem, then. This Hongyuan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead. Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson. The metro of Hongyuan seemed to put Xichun in a thoughtful mood, and she stopped arguing and began focusing on class. The most effective method of torture isn't physical. Things like waterboarding, electrocution are all inferior. Today, you will learn the torture of language. With this method, you will always find the answer you want. Use speechcraft to entrap their minds, slowly constrict around them. Gulp! Let them take brief sighs of relief every time they give you an answer. That, cadets, is what you will be learning today. To your position, cadets! Intimidating expressions? Oh, never surrender. Okay, cool. Combo. Oh, the good drill sergeant and bad drill sergeant routine. Restore 20 morale. Okay. Oh. Cool. Will this be enough? I don't know if this is enough. So, I hear you have defeated Xichun. You would do best not to let that get to your head. He has always been our family's greatest shame. Hey, watch yourself. Have you not learned to underestimate the family underdogs? What? Oh, you don't know? You see, I managed to talk Xichun into, you know. What? It cannot be. He cannot have spilled the beans on my parents'... My men are already on their way. Ugh. How did you know it was Block 32? I barely managed to get them in a hiding spot there. Oh, so it's Block 32. Did you just... I did. Huh. Hell's way easier than it was during class. I've heard stories about how you've changed. I didn't know you had changed into such a heartless woman. Say something, damn it. Don't just stand there completely expressionless and... Oh, I see. You won't be shaken by silly little things like this, is that it? That may befit the seat of the Hierarch, however. A leader who responds with silence to their inferiors, a leader who considers them only disposable tools, is bound to rot. I, Xichun, refuse to let someone so unqualified as such as yourself to retain power. That... Sure, my dude. Okay, so Otis is sort of teaching how to use classical conditioning to an extreme degree. Seems like it. For combos, also try to pair opposite sinners that aren't likely to be together. Ah, okay. Ah, water. We love water. Please? Okay, thank you. Wait, when did he get burned? What? Oh, she gets burn on it now? Alright, nice. 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 She's fine. Xichun gains passive and other effects every time you master a class. Okay. Damn it, I was so close. Did you ever really take the time to think about what might happen if Big Sister Yuan-chun actually gained control of Hongyuan? Sure, it's gonna be all buddy-buddy at first, but she's going to acknowledge the authority of the board of directors, butter you up and compensate you for your efforts. But soon you're going to see people from other nests coming in here and taking up administrative positions under the guise of advisors. And it's the small families and clans that are going to suffer first. And when the time comes, I bet you'll be saying the same thing then. I was so close. It's going to be a while since other members of your family are let go. You know this already. They committed treason, thinking that they were piggybacking off of Big Sister Yuan-chun's forces, when in reality she had already discarded them even before it began. She made sure that nothing about this treason is going to stick to her. Mother, father. Now, let's think about this carefully, about Jia Yanchun's vision for Daguanyuan. Will it be more H Corp or Q Corp? I see the point you're making. But you've not given us any reason to trust you either. What guarantee do I have that you won't just toss us aside when we're no longer useful? So, how about the hiding place where you put your parents you just accidentally let slip? I've known their whereabouts for a while, actually. My Heisho had identified their location long ago, but I didn't do anything because there wasn't any evidence that pointed to your parents' involvement. Is that true? Just how low is your opinion? Is your opinion of the Hierarch? Big Sister Yuan-chun made a big show of her own influence at the assembly, but I still have a tight control over the Heisho of the Family Hierarch. But I thought you were arresting every member of the Shi family without even questioning them. What was it again? That leaders must take good care of those who are in the same boat as them? Why would any hierarch go around arresting innocent people of H Corp left and right, unnecessarily making more enemies for themselves? I sure don't plan on doing that. Yeah, Xichun, let's fucking go! Oh, Ryoshu. Taking care of children? What? Okay. Okay, do I have... Okay, that's 9 to 5.
Okay, I have those. I have that. So I don't have. Does Gregor and Marisol have one? I don't think so, but Don Quixote has one with someone else. I could just do this. Yeah, I think I'll do that. TKTDWK. Huh. Teaching kids to deal with kids. Huh, she says. Looks like your manager's not the only one who needs a translator. I would have liked to teach a particularly bloody art class, but that black hair discarded my lesson plan. Yeah, no, I don't think your lesson plan would have flown even if Zila wasn't there, artless or otherwise. In today's class, I'll SY and see if you're a UA. What? But I'll SCAN if you're a UC. Huh? I'll snap your neck completely if you're an unruly adult, but I'll soothe, coax, and nurture if you're an unruly child. Did you guys rehearse this or something? Am I getting pranked right now? No, not at all. Just listen carefully, evaluate the context, and there you have it. What context? What context was I supposed to evaluate? Let the art do the talking. MTL, kids. Ah, there's much to learn. Class is about to begin. Bring the class material, attendant. Yes. What is that haircut? What is that haircut? That is an unfortunate haircut. Most unfortunate. Holy shit. Upon the venerable family hierarch's orders, I brought a child from the Wang family. Why is Shirin... No, wait, what? You brought who from a what family upon whose orders? Too many travel restrictions here, so I borrowed the rich kid's attendant. You've been bringing her along to get you places, huh? No, I mean, just what do you mean you brought the kid on my orders? Ryoshu snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window to clear out the smoke, and dusted off her clothing a few times. Only then she brought the child to the elevated platform in front of the class. The kid's kind of trembling and anxious looking. I extend my greetings to the venerable hierarch. That kid's scared out of his mind. Memories of childhood are important. They're experiences that will shape your future. Observe and learn. What is up with you acting serious all of a sudden? Though I do agree that childhood memories are important, my memories of Big Brother Bao are what... Anyways, moving on, you heard nothing. The point is, I think becoming approachable to kids here might help prevent a lot of potential future conflicts. But you've got your work cut out for you. Children of Hongyuan are extremely wary of anyone who are not their immediate family. Even worse, you pretty much tricked that kid here using my name. He must be terrified. I imagine his parents must have given him a whole lot of warnings too. Huh. I'll give you a demonstration. Behold. Oh my god. The first time we see Ryoshu herself with a cigarette. Yeah, and also 15 other toys and candies and treats. Laughing and playing with children brought back fond memories of my own childhood. Oh my god. Wow, he's really taking a liking to her. Yeah, he couldn't stop crying when he tried to get him to calm down. Besides, how's she even doing that with her hands? Not even masters of martial arts move like that. Ryoshu was practically giving him no time for any other distractions, or even a moment to cry. She was taking care of that kid almost effortlessly. She was employing all kinds of tactics, including but not limited to ventriloquism, kongzu, a traditional Hongyuan toy, fan tricks, sugared fruits, and eventually... Don't pull too hard. The child ended up piggybacking on Ryoshu, the fear he showed earlier gone without a trace. Never would have imagined Ryoshu would be good at this. Neat. Oh, this is a reference to her book. Yeah. And with this exact same expression as her usual one, Ryoshu was gently caressing the child. Well,
To be more exact, she was giving him a gentle pat. But I think I get it. Showering kids with tasty stuff and gifts isn't the best way to go about it. What's important is helping them understand what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kid's really on edge for his age. I'd start to make some progress, but whenever he suspected I was lying or something, he'd immediately go back to being on guard. That's also because he's a Hongyuan kid. Kids don't survive this place for long if they're not quick on the uptake. Venerable Hierarch, may I ask you something? Well, asking is free, but I gotta tell you, it's going to depend on what you're going to what you're about to ask, whether I can help you or not. Huh? Wrong move, Rookie Hierarch. Why say all that when TWDT? You don't get the immaculacy of succinct abbreviations. Ryoshu grabbed the child's shoulders, brought him before Xichun, then in her usual curtness spoke precisely 2 words to the confused child that seemed to do the trick. Speak, kid. It's, my big sis said that when the family hierarch war is over, can finally play tons of friends, but the parents told them to stay inside because it's too dangerous outside. My cousin says you're the biggest and baddest of Hongyuan, Venerable Hierarch, so I wanted to ask if you could make Hongyuan, see? I want to play with my friends. Gotcha. I'll review your suggestion positively. She said she'll totally make that happen. Sometime later, after Jiren got the child out of the classroom, I found Xichun whispering something to herself. You got a lot on your plate, huh? Dealing with restructuring days is just one of them. I was going to improve the safety of this place anyway, whether he asked me to or not. Safe enough for a kid like that to run around the market all on his own. A place where he doesn't need to be afraid to go outside. Hey, there it is. Cool. Let's do that. Oh god. This combo? Omniscient Artist's View. No! They did not just do that! They did not just fucking make that reference! I fucking... I'm okay. I love Omniscient Reader's viewpoint. Defense level has to improve. Learn Spirit of Fixers passive. Spirit of Fixers. Remove the first stagger threshold from this unit. Ooh! One hit, gain protection, offense level up, and heal 3 SP once per turn. Ooh! Nice! Oh, gambling, all about the poker face. She also gives morale. Okay. Let's get Greg in there, and then... I don't know, Isong? You know something? Everyone communicates with their eyes even before they talk. So, you better pay attention to what their eyes are saying. No way! They're playing Mahjong? Great, that's really great, but I don't know, this feels kind of an oddly specific subject to be talking about, especially when we're sitting around a gambling table. Sinclair? Given the time limit, this just happened to be the fastest and clearest method of demonstrating and training your abilities to control your emotions. I swear, I had no ulterior motive. I was practically forced to do this. Wait, stop glaring at us and join us at the table! I'm only briefly visiting my lady to pick up some paperwork, and there's still much work to be done. I'll be leaving in no time. Come on, guy, you know this game needs 4 players? I refuse your invitation. I must say it's ridiculous of you to force my lady to partake in such a base activity, and what audacity to invite me as well. Oh, so you think you don't have a chance, huh? Wow, and here I thought you'd at least be better with me than me at this game. Fine, fine, I get it. Don't play the game you have a small snowball's chance in hell of winning. It's a good philosophy. I subscribe to it.
Do you really think your shallow, obvious attempt at goading me to play into this game will work?
Huh? Huh? Sorry, what? Scrubs is what?
So wait, join the table! Oh my god. Wait. I need this entire frame. Yes. Yep. Okay. Holy shit.
Alrighty, the lesson's pretty straightforward. You three will work together to ensure that I don't win the game. In other words, make sure I'm not number one by the end of it.
Well, that seems easy enough.
But be warned, I have the special power to read your minds without hearing even a word out of your mouths. Let me give you a demonstration. Let's see. Sinclair, I can see the corners of your lips twitching while your eyes are suspiciously wandering over there. You're looking to form a pang, aren't ya? And Xichun, you... And you want this dong tile I got. Now I know to never, ever discard this tile. How'd you know?
Honestly, it would have been tougher for us to not know.
You can let yourself be anxious, sure, but don't ever, ever let it peek through. The moment someone smells your weakness, they're going to eat you right up. And Wei, you...
Oh. Oh my god! Wei is pissed. Wei.
Using the glint of your glasses to hide your eyes, huh? Huh. Phew, this isn't gonna be easy.
Your greatest mistake tonight was allowing me to sit at this table. I already know what the ready hand you've got there.
Oh, you do? Not bad. But you're just as much of an open book, my guy. You see that one zhang tile, don't ya? Sorry, not sorry. You're not getting the tile, cause it's not there. Gang.
I see. You caught Kong meld so you can claim the zhang, which is the most realmost tile, didn't you?
Huh.
The CG! What the fuck? It's just battle between Rhodey and Wei. Does that, by any chance, imply that you somehow know the location of every tile in this game?
Nah, no way. I just have the sixth sense for bad vibes.
Very well. Never once did I think that I would ever step back up to this dark world of shadows, but...
Huh.
Oh wait, that's not Rodian, that's still Wei. Huh. Very well. Then I'll be selling for the spa side, and
I'm impressed.
They're way too intense, I can hardly get involved.
Guys, isn't this supposed to be a class for us?
Shh, my lady. The importance of this moment could not be overstated.
I see. Saw that your ready hand, didn't ya?
What do you think?
3 quad tiles in a row, huh? I see you got some innate luck too. Very well then. I'll have to wager it all on this one suit.
Huh. I won! Fu. That's a Qing Xiaozhu hand. Your downfall was written the moment you forced me into discard Zhang.
Oh darn, I lost that, huh? Well played.
Did you see that, my lady? Fu. He's so excited! Oh my god, that's a fantastic expression. Or farming 101 with Rhodia and Wei. I apologize for that vulgar display, my lady. I will bring some tea. Wei victorious stumbles out of the room with his shoulders slumped. Aww.
Like playing various games of Rolia, I didn't just learn how to hide my expression. I learned how to hide my gesture tails too.
Everyone has grown. Hey, the comedy duo. Yup. Uh-huh. Nice. Hey, master. Nice. 60 offense level. Uh-huh. Inner passive. Or inner self passive. Inner self passive. Inner self. Starting from turn 3, gain 2 offense level up at every turn start. Oh, okay. It's doing a lot more Xichun. Young. So let's see here. Okay, this is probably like a Marisol and someone else combo. Comedy duo, drill sergeant. Prep time. Uh-huh. Okay. Your voice acting is truly staggering. No. I don't think of myself as a voice actor. I don't think I'm very good at voices anyway. Alright, nice. Yup. Yup. Good, 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 good. Was there any combos there that I just missed? No. If that's the case, I'll do Marisol, Poker Face, and also her. Let's see how this goes. Took the class. Fantastic. Yup. No combos with those 3. Okay. Adept evasion skill improved. Apathetic response passive. When other allies are hit, gain offense up, then +2 haste. Okay. Hopefully this is enough. Ah! Him! I heard from Big Bro that you sent your coins to Big Brother Chu. Every hand, once in circulation, goes round and round until it eventually returns to their original owners. I also heard that some of the Wang family helped with removing the foreign powers from here. Why? I only wanted to prevent this place from getting robbed blind. I live here, you know? This is where my wealth lies. Well, then, can I ask for your public support? Oh, I applaud your audacity in thinking someone who just gave you the moon should be asked for the stars as well. Everyone and their mothers knows in whose hands true political power of Hongyuan lies right now. With that in mind, let's say that I do announce my public support to you. I'm not going to have a voice to speak with by the time the powers are done with me. Look, if Big Sis Yuan-chun genuinely believes that I'm not fit to be Family Hierarch, then I'll happily remove myself from power. But she's affiliated with Q Corp. Do you seriously believe she has Hongyuan's best interests at heart with all those conspiracies she's been weaving under the surface? All those business deals and clearly skewed policies? I do not. But if you're going to present yourself as the alternative, then you have to become someone concrete enough to rely on. Let me just say that about half the board of directors' votes may be considered abstaining votes. They're keeping their silence because they're afraid of Jia Yanchun's retaliation. So your remaining task is to convert all those silent votes in your favor. Oh, not shaken by that at all, huh? I thought you'd get that lost and wandering look in your eyes. I guess I'll have to work on my poker face. No, most people would have failed to pick that up. You're certainly changed since the evaluation. Your growth shows a lot of promise. Maybe that's why he handed his coins over to you. Well, I guess that's not the only thing handed over to you, I suppose. Hongyuan's tomorrow. Anyways, I should probably do as I told for now. My cousin will be your opponent today. I won't accept you as my hierarch just yet. Fight me and prove that you're at least better than I am. Only then I'll accept you. The only sad thing about this Intervallo is that this is the de facto best game mode at the moment because it's different and actually new. Yeah, a little bit. Gotta love all this rupture count, but no, like, rupture potency. Wait, no, more potent ways. Wait, what's the one rupture per turn instead of many rupture per turn. Nice. Okay. Nice. Nice.
그 해결사의 역경에 비하면
Nice. Nice. 71. You're doing it, Xichun. Okay, nice. Ooh, almost a stagger. Almost to stagger. Wait. This should... Yes. There we go. Nice. What? Do you have something to see in my face? Yeah. Don't give my little brother your crap. Your little brother? You know who I'm talking about. Do you have any idea of the mess you left behind when you yoinked that kid away? That buzz-cut kid was her little brother. You can barely hold on to your seat, which you're about to lose soon anyway, and you have the gall to give him false hope? I know it's all politics to you, but kids really believe you, you know? I heard that from the kid that you seemed relieved upon hearing what I said. He told me you were happy for once to hear that he had a fun time, after being barred from playing with his friends and how things are in Hongyuan. Shut up. Besides, it's not just all hot air. What? I wasn't making an empty promise when I said I'll change Hongyuan to be a place where everyone can live without fear. And for that, I'm going to protect my seat of power no matter what it takes. You'll fail. Not with you on my side. We all know what Big Sister Yuanchun's Hongyuan looks like. It'll be exactly the same in essence, and will be the same for the foreseeable future. Tell me, are you okay with handing over that same burden we've carried all our lives to your little siblings? No, of course not. Wang Qingshan left in a hurry, but that look in her eyes told me there was conflict brewing in her. Oh, hello, hot dog. Max out every mentor to master and Xichun becomes invincible? Yes. That's what I plan on doing. Oh wait, if we're gonna have Heathcliff. Yeah. Then maybe not her. We can go with that. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? Right, lads, listen up. This ain't gonna be like them boring old classes you've been sitting through. You got to leave the desk behind once in a while and learn some real life lessons, yeah? Right, so here's the deal. You want to break their morale before the brawl even begins. Huh? Brawl? Learn this by heart and you'll be kicking those twats' arses left, right, and center. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. So Heathcliff, I gotta ask this question. Something about your club seems different today? Looks a lot more colorful too. Bullock's lad catches on quick. That way Bullock says something about swinging around a real club might come off as too threatening and confiscated it. That high-tech weapon cries boop when it hits people. High-tech weapon! I see. Oi, don't you underestimate me because I'm holding a different bludgeon? Let's get on with it. Straighten your shoulders. Eyes wide open. Let's get cracking. With that, Heathcliff triumphantly raised his newfound weapon towards the sky. It made a small boop noise. My god. Gain an understanding of how I could break the enemy's morale. Wow. Alright. So we got this, and then we got... who can I put here? For like combos. You, and then... I still need to get Faustus up, so... Do we have a Chicken Claire yet? No, I do not. Not yet. Actually pretty similar. What? Huge success in class, but 20 morale lost. Ah. Nice. More passives. Before attack, targeted enemy gains +1 blunt resist, resets after skill ends. Oh, in this encounter, when this unit takes damage that brings their HP down to 0, nullify the damage. Then this unit's HP cannot drop below 1, for the turn once per encounter. What? Why is he here? The fuck? Actually, I need all the morale I can get back. Yes. This class, after an uncharacteristic pause, Jilu continued, will be taught by a guest lecturer who has been invited for your tutelage. A guest lecturer? But I wasn't informed of this. Where are they? I don't know, maybe they're lost? A little bird told me that the Venerable Hierarch will give me a bottle of top-notch cloudy wine straight from the Hongyuan's brewer. Woo-wee! There any truth to that, folks? That guy. Just stopping by to see if I can leash some liquor at this party. Hongyuan's an awfully miserly place, but you would spare a shot of liquor to this poor old drifter, won't you? Well, you're clearly not just any poor old drifter. Are you guys acquainted? He ambushed us in our room after the first round of the Family Hierarch War is over. He what? The Family Hierarch's War has been over for a while, and everyone in Hongyuan knows who the winner is. How dare the mongrel like you only knows how to mooch off other families set foot in here. Looks like I'm gonna have to give my clan a certain talking to. How could they let slip a drunk assassin like... Haha, I see our youthful hierarch is plenty suspicious. I have been a guest in many places, but please, I am no moocher. Put your worries to rest. I'm only a drunkard who enjoys a cool swig of liquor with scenic landscapes as my bar, the sky as my ceiling, and the dirt as my bed. The man who had introduced himself as the night drifter of the Drunken Palm leaped down, landing with dexterity that betrayed the rags he wore as clothing, and the terrible stench of liquor emanating from him. Is he seriously? Bad news, Miss Xichun. Apparently, Jia Yuanchun's bestowed upon you a new master. Huh? Big Sister Yuanchun? She also wanted us to deliver the message that she was sending a master because, and I quote, I feel a deep sense of trepidation and pity for my dearest little sister, the neophyte hierarch who must be struggling left and right without a proper master. Wow, I am beside myself with gratitude. So, that's the supposed teacher? This mysterious guy with a mysterious allegiance who might stab us in the back at any time? As you said, the Family Hierarch War is over, and even mongrels of Hongyuan know who has the legitimacy here. The incident during the contest was nothing more than business, a job to care in return for what compensation they gave me. I hope you don't carry that grudge in your heart. I'm sure you don't harm your rivals in the Family Hierarch War out of personal vendetta, did you? Sometimes business is just business. I killed young Mr. Bellew for they promised to pay off my bar tab. I'm here to give the Hierarch a lesson for they promised to pay off my future tabs. There's nothing to be gained by taking your anger out on a gig worker living hand to mouth like myself, don't you think? I advise the optics and the consequences of rejecting a master sent to us by Jia Yuanchun herself is not going to look too good. I know it's going to make me look worse, and I'd rather not give Big Sister Yuanchun more ammunition to take me down. And you there, we'll have eyes checking your every move, so don't do anything that might rouse unnecessary suspicion. Whoo-wee, ain't that a threat? I can hardly taste the wine before such hostility.
Despite Saw's dead serious warning, the Night Drifter's response was only a hearty chortle. Before I begin the lesson, I'd like to get an idea of where my to-be pupils are. Now, give me a demonstration if you will. Swing away. Ha, that's enough.
But I didn't. I was just getting started.
Your form was flawed and breathing was hollow. Need I see more? Tisk tisk. Flawed forms often invite flawed hearts. In other words, your martial arts prowess is amateurish.
What the heck? Is this guy serious? I've never had a single master who had anything bad to say about my form.
Your arms are straight and the legs supporting your stance are solid and sturdy indeed. Most masters would not bother themselves to find fault there. But let me pose this question to you. Are you, my venerable pupil, satisfied with martial arts that are made to dispatch unskilled peasants and no more?
Huh?
There's more to this than raw strength. Now take a swing at me instead.
Alright, you asked for it.
Xichun takes a powerful swing at the Night Drifter. Your mind outpaces your body, your intent more transparent than a glass globe. And your edge is dull, for it has very little heart for feints. But he deftly weaves his way between her strikes, which fail to even touch the tip of his ragged cloak. You're far too eager to strike, focused singularly on your opponent, with force distributed unevenly across your body. So you'll fail to cut and gain a little hole as confidence. Then the Night Drifter pokes Xichun's back with the twig. Everyone vying for the seat of Family Hierarch has to go through it eventually. The first kill. Some say the earlier the better. Mine was when I was 13. Not too early, not too late. Just right. It's already been a few years since my foolish brother has locked himself in his chamber. Last I heard, he was bedridden for a week after ingesting some poison someone had sent to prank him. I'm not gonna live like that dumbass. Try to relax your body, won't you? You have a weapon, yes, but one mustn't singularly focus on the opponent. Do try to reflect upon yourself and relax. Let the unnecessary strength go and let it flow out of your body. Tensing up as you do will naturally shrink your mind and narrow your vision.
Hey, wait, should I send Big Bro a silver spoon or something? It wasn't that bad this time, but what if they give him a way worse poison next time?
You know, young Master Baoyu won't accept your gift, my lady. I doubt he's even seeking the culprit now.
So stupid. Zero interest in anything practical, zero ambition. What a silly, pathetic attitude to have. Just how...
But my lady, it wasn't practicality that guided you when you chose to save my life over maintaining your control over the Wu branch. Some seek the state of anatta, the non-self, but what they seek is the path of asura, reserved for the likes of blade fiends. You must learn to let go of everything except for the self. What kind of life it is to live without stepping over others. Let it all go. The gazes, the pressures, all of it. Instead, face yourself and only yourself. And feel how light it all becomes. After some thought, Xichun's form visibly relaxes. It wasn't just her form that relaxed. Her pursed lips seem to have found peace as well. She's got it. Well, then what should we do about you, my overconfident, proud pupil? Will you maintain your grave and cocky silence? I wasn't being cocky. If my memories haven't failed me yet, you were one of young Master Jiabaoyu's underlings, correct? Underling? Yeah, however you want to call it, I guess. Sinclair replied with a resigned sigh. Just why do you think that it was you, specifically you, among his 12 underlings, were chosen to take this class alongside the young hierarch? Sinclair momentarily flashed a flustered expression, taken off guard by the stranger's sudden, pointed question, but he soon regained his composure and replied, Well, who else besides me would ever go along these lesson plans? Don Quixote is going to ditch the classes out of boredom, same for Roja, and Otis will try to take over the classes, not to mention what it's like to have Heathcliff here, and... What a loquacious list of excuses. Struck a nerve, did I? How come you know so little about yourself, even less than what I've already learned about you? What are you talking about? A bird that has failed to break its shell in time will rot in its confines. I still don't understand what you're talking about. Even as he said so, Sinclair's expression seemed more like anxiety than confusion to me. Prepare yourself to flit away before the rain. You won't get another chance should you miss the opportunity. Then the Night Drifter giggled flippantly, then suddenly serious attitudes nowhere to be seen. It's been a while since I've let myself babble on for this long. I suppose I can credit my foolish pupils for that. Prepare to swing away. He's just... I meditated to empty everything except for the self. I'm still getting there, but I think I got an idea. Wow.
Yup, morale, yup. Nice. Minimax speed. Jin Gang Bowl is passive improved. Okay, good. Oh boy. Let's do this. Yup. Oh, hotboxed. Okay, I see how it is. Passive improve, skill improve, gain a level. Good, 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 good. All very good things. Shall never surrender. Ah. Oh, yes. That one. That routine. How to prepare for war passive. Counters are heals 10 SP, gain offense up and defense level up. Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's him. Is this guy? Damn, I am glad I got my head screwed back on. It's a precious sight to watch everyone all freaking out about this child's play. All the missed news I've been hearing since I opened my eyes from the recovery room sound very enticing. I really wish I was there to watch it all. Half the family heads getting arrested for treason. Let's see, it's a family hierarch going to some inexperienced kid from the Gia family. Not to mention how my lovely little sister had her engagement called off, and how she's been branded as a traitor to her own blood. All the entertainment in the world seems to have happened during my little nap, don't you think? You don't even show your face at the regular assembly, so I doubt you have any concern for the future of Hongyuan. Just what are you doing here? I just thought I'd have some fun. You know what? He gets straight to the point. That's fair.
최고의 방책은 전쟁이 일어나지 않게 하는 것. 좋아.
By the way, Yoshihide is very kind to kids. Yes, yes she is. Alright. Nice, 93.
그 해결사의 역경에 비하면
Nice. Nice. She's fine. Ooh, wait. Rupture. Wait. She's finally doing it. Can't believe Xichun's gonna save Rupture. Xichun's gonna save Rupture. Why stop now? Decapitate me like my last death, or stab me in the heart, cut my limbs to ribbons. Listen, this duel's just a spar, okay? We don't have to kill each other for this to end. Now isn't this frustrating? You have the opportunity of a lifetime before your eyes and you're too weak to use it. You have everyone who fights you on every step of the way coming to you, practically presenting their heads on a silver platter, and you're just gonna let them sink away with these scratches? Get your act together. Family Hierarch War is over, and I'm not gonna kill someone just because they're being a little bit just because they're being a bit uncooperative. Get real. Do you have any idea how long it'll take for you to gain even a morsel of power by playing this fool's game? Hey, want to hear a little tip on how you can firmly establish your position as Family Hierarch?
kill me in the most horrible, painful, hideous way you can imagine, and hang my corpse on the entrance of that assembly hall over there. Use me to clear send message. Or send a clear message, right? Send a clear message, yes. And station every single one of your Heisho backs between every pillar at the assembly hall. And if anyone dares speak out against you, snip! Chop off their head before they can get another word out. 5 days. It'll only take 5 days before everyone starts eating out of your hand. And that's how you establish yourself as the hierarch. Fear is power. No, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm here to make Hongyuan a place where people can live without fear. I thought you of all people might understand. I remember how you used to hate hurting people, more so than anyone else. Man, what a boring answer. That was duller than even my dullest expectations. It'll only take a few years until you break, until you become just like them. Just like the family hierarchs of the past, who couldn't help but ruthlessly weed out any seeds of resistance. Just how many people here do you think have any grip on their sanity? Maybe I'm only a few years away from becoming an idiot shuffling aimlessly around Dagonwan. I can only hope that I won't be a slobbering mess by the time that happens. If something's entertaining's gonna happen, I can only hope that it only happens while I'm still sane. Japan sauntered away, but Xichun found it difficult to move on. Excellent work, my lady. You have passed the 4th exam with flying colors. You certainly crushed him for underestimating you. I am... Ah. My lady? Xichun seems deeply engrossed in thought. Wish Ishimael did even a fifth of what Xichun does to rupture. Oh. Oh, her morale. More morale? Even more morale? My lady seems to be in a particular mood today. It's all useless, isn't it? Xichun? When these classes end and you guys all leave, I guess I'll be spending my days worried to death that an assassin could pop out of nowhere and kill me at any moment. Consumed by so much paranoia and worried, I'll start twitching at shadows cast from lamplights. So would it mean anything for me to, prove to them that I deserve to be the family hierarch? I spent my whole life trying to prove to everyone that I have the will and determination to become the family hierarch. And now that I have to prove to everyone that I deserve... And now I have to prove to everyone that I deserve to keep it? To those bastards who only thought in their empty heads is how they can expand their rooms? Master Wei, have you ever heard of playing hooky before? Playing hooky? Is it a euphemism for eliminating your enemies? Well, I've rarely done it back when I was in school, but when there's too much going on in your head, you just skip school and go out to play. Oh. I've only done it once myself after a friend talked me into it. I agree. Seems that the time for my lady to clear her head has come. Very well, let us play just one hooky. Just what are you guys doing? Come on, let's get moving. I gotta prove myself, don't I? Gotta have those bastards' approval, don't I? She's really in a bad mood today, huh? My lady, have you visited the backyard by the Lujue Snowreed Hermitage as of late? No, but I know what happened there. They threw in a few dead bodies from the massacre a few decades ago, turned the pond foul, and decided to bury the whole thing. Indeed, they did. The stench was so overwhelming and toxic that the corpses of animals and plants could be seen floating on its surface, eventually turning the pond into a festering black bog. People passing had to plug their noses or risk passing out. So why even bring up something awful like that? It seems that a tree had taken root there, my lady, amidst all that rot. A willow. The willow tree reached deep into the pond with its roots, clearing it of the foul grease, cleansing the water. And one day, we found it clear and glittering, thriving with other aquatic plants growing within. It's recovered from the rot, becoming a normal, clear pond surrounded by leaves and moss. Some month ago, they introduced a few carps in there, and when they checked again, they were just as vivacious as they were on the first day there. Would you like to pay the pond a visit if it is all right with you? Xichun didn't seem to quite buy his explanation, but she followed him anyway. You weren't kidding! I avoided this place for so long! That's a shark. Aw, she's having fun. But also there's a shark. I never thought it would be this clean again. They look like proud parents. They look like proud parents in the back. I can hardly believe that this pond used to be a rotten bog. All that happened was that this tree happened to take root here. What matters, my lady, is patience and determination. Of course, this playtest slipped my mind then, as I was quite swamped with work, but the world has a stronger capacity to heal itself than one might imagine. Recovery will follow as long as there is a steady root to rally around. After a long break that seemed to freshen even our hearts. Nice, you're making good progress. Your form, the light in your eyes, I think you've clearly improved in all aspects. I dare say you've had some change of heart too? Yeah, I do feel a tad more comfortable than I did before. Oh, that just improves all morale. Okay. Good to know. God of Gamblers passive. God of Gamblers. On a clash win without losing any coins, regardless of whether they hit or not. If every coin flipped by this skill down to the final coin flipped heads, the final coin deals 30% more damage. Ooh. Oh, he's mandatory. Sure, we'll do this. Bong, 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 bong. Right, class, here's a new task to help you lot learn how to break your enemies' morale. The moment you shrink in front of your enemies, you've already lost, so don't, no matter how many they are or how threatening they look, yeah? Take me for example, have I ever turned tail and fled like some milksop no matter what enemy we were put up against? I don't think you ever have. Leave it to the nerds to waste time coming up with strategy and what have you listen. Oh, or coming up with strategies and what have you. Listen, there ain't a problem in the world you can't solve by boldly rushing in head first. That's a, Ishmael and Otis would have boldly rushed in headfirst to shake him by his labels if they'd been here. Here's what I think. Neither of you got enough pluck. That's why neither of you could say shite against those buggers back at the assembly hall, am I right? Xichun maintained her silence, the old scar on her pride growing sore again. So let me help you lot grow some backbone. Try getting mad at me. No need to shrink, lads. I'm proud. Well, okay, but how could I? Don't worry about offending me, yeah? I can take it. Unlike you, I've built enough thick skin for all kinds of insults thanks to my years in the back streets. I'm bloody invincible. Well, yeah, well, just shut up, Heathcliff. Good lad. You are hardly a teacher, man. This class sucks. All you're doing up there is standing around trying to look cool. Ooh, that one's gonna sting a little. That serial shit is what I said back in the day. And I probably would have struck with this hammer. I mean, my club. But I've changed too. And so did you. I can see the fire in your eyes had grown. Remember this feeling, yeah? I will. Now let's practice. And it looks like both of you got the perfect sparring partner in each other. Grab your weapons, both of you. Huh? You mean us? Me and Xichun? I grew my backbone by getting into fisticuffs with the boys during my backstreets days. They break my arm, I break their legs in return. See what I mean? Is that what besties is supposed to mean? Jia Xichun asked with considerable confusion. Oh, well, let's do this, I guess. You don't want me to go easy on you, do you? I don't. Aren't willow trees a symbol of perseverance with the tail of a single branch remaining, being able to grow into a new one? I believe so. I believe so. Oh! Huh! Heal SP, gain 1 minimum max speed, gain attack power, protection every turn. Huh! He's growing out of his shell! From one tree to another, apple to willow. Yeah.
더 이상 두렵지 않아. 그 해결사의 역경에 비하면
Nice.
다른 누구도 아닌 나 자신을 들여다봐야 해.
Oh, and there's bleed. Let's fucking go.
자,
Yup.
알고 있는
Nice.
전부 말해.
Let's go.
전부 본다고.
Nice.
지도자라면 동료를 포기하지 않아.
Nice. Did you read passes, Minty? Yes, I did. Alright, that's good enough. Bloody hell, lad, that was closer than I thought. Not really. Good match. Jeez, don't most people usually... Wait, don't most people usually lose steam the longer the fight gets? What the heck was that at the end? The two of them clashed with everything they learned and with all they learned up until the lessons began. I thought for sure that Xichun would come out on top without breaking a sweat, given that Sinclair wasn't using an identity and the tough training Xichun had as a family hierarch candidate, but perhaps thanks to the Night Drifter's teachings or thanks to that mark on his forehead, I saw a glimpse of Sinclair that I've only seen in a select few mirror worlds. You're right, Sinclair? Yeah, I'm not. It's not like we're going at it with real weapons, and the fight ended before it got any further, thankfully. So I'm not hurt or anything. I'm feeling a bit of a fever on my forehead, though. It didn't seem like Sinclair noticed a single yet clear red line that appeared on his forehead. It's not like anything bad happened when that mark manifested back in La Mancha Land, but considering that Damien and Rim were the only other people who had ever shown that mark, I couldn't help but worry a little. Hey, you ever run away from home before? Where is this coming from? Going by the way you're acting, it's clear to me that you're a homebody, but there's something behind your eyes that tells me your life hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. I wouldn't call it running away from home. It's more like I left home because I didn't have a choice. How'd that feel? Like I was melting away into nothing. I suddenly had to face the whole terrible world on my own, and that was so overwhelming that, well, I'm sure you can't quite commiserate. You've been on top of your game your whole life, after all. I did leave Hongyuan on my own volition, but if I'm being honest, and here's something I never told Wei, I felt unutterably lost. There's so much I had to do, so much responsibility. I guess neither of us were ready for that world when we left home. I feel just as lost back home, though. And there's Heathcliff, too. He also left home. Some time ago, we paid a visit to the manor he grew up in. Heading home must have been pretty exciting for him. You have no idea how much of the journey back he spent gussying up and primping his hair. Something just came up. Class dismissed. Oh. Oh, Heathcliff. But the name, one had a really cute name about besties? What? Aw, I missed it. You skipped the whole attack of the balance in this fight is horrendous? What? Actually? God damn it. Oh yay! Lots of passives. Let's see. Turn end gain 15 plus poise potency? What? Okay. Yeah, if the target has bind or bleed, gain clash power up next turn 2 times per turn. My bestie and a rival? If Sinner Sinclair is participating in this battle, this unit and Sinclair both gain offense and defense. Does not count if he's a backup unit. Okay. Ba Jiao Banana Bolus. Okay. Chingang Bolus. Okay. What are these names? Okay, so I need... That, and... Probably Heathcliff, yeah. Flawless class. Ooh. Gain 50% more. Hey, hell yeah. Nice. Okay, what's the last? What's the last one? Tanya sword. How to prepare for war. Torture technique. Reassuring heart. God of gamblers. What? Which one is it? The reassuring heart? Huh. The mark may be tied to freedom to some capacity, but I find it distasteful at how Damien and his group use it. For that matter, this Intervallo has got me thinking about why they want to tear this world apart to make a new one. Do they have that little faith in the city's capacity to change? They could be blinded to it. They could be blinded to it. Oh, it's mandatory. Okay. Okay, I don't think I got all of the... Yeah, that's what I thought. It's, probably... Ryoshu was someone. I just don't know. I'm missing a bunch! What? No. Probably this? Yeah. So, are you going to teach us any techniques? Jesus Christ, I've been talking for what, 3 hours now? Jesus Christ. It's only been a few days since your training began, yet my other martial arts master will teach me their secret techniques. So that's what you got. So that's what got you to pouting all lesson. Hooey. Now that's some good wine. Very well, I'm in the mood. Let me teach you a useful trick. Really? Tell me, what did I teach you to do as you swung your sticks? Forget all those that put pressure on me and face nothing but myself and my movements. That's only the start of it. First, emptiness of sound. The slight friction from the tips of your toes, the ruffle of your clothes, your breaths, erase them all. Erase every ripple and an echo you leave upon this world. The night drifter stands before us, but his presence becomes hazy as mist. Despite the wild movements, we hear nothing. Second, emptiness of form. To have a form is to provide your foes with clues to predict your next move. Forget the weapons in your hands, forget your structured forms, break the mold, become the flow, let your only will be reign. Randomness seeps into his movements until all semblance of pattern becomes lost. There was something clownish about his unpredictable movements, but they were also so hypnotic and floaty that Xichun and Sinclair couldn't look away. Last, emptiness of mind. Try not to force the direction of your heart. Empty your desires and intentions both. Stab without thinking. Penetrate without gazing. Both Xichun and Sinclair's necks were marked by small imprints of the twig that pressed their skin. And Jilu, who had been standing next to me all along, had leaped a small distance away, seemingly deep in thought. My neck hurts too. I guess I wasn't spared from the lesson. I wonder if this fits the saying Isang utters from time to time, to lose one's nose with eyes open. Immerse yourselves. Make sure your descent is slow and gradual. We've been focusing entirely on the self with your swings thus far. You should find it quite easy to reach the state of emptiness of mind. Tisk tisk. Didn't I just say that one must take it slowly and gradually? To empty your mind already? I have taught you my everything had to enter my tutelage long ago. Am I doing this right? No, wait, I need to relax more. So, our new hierarch has found herself the clue to the emptiness of form. What technique is this? Tisk tisk. It's all movements just at the end of the day. Wait, it's all just movements at the end of the day. I find it entirely unnecessary to give them those flashy names. A truly secret technique should come without one. Well, it's supposed to be your ultimate move, right? Wouldn't it be more official to give it a name? Well, in that case, that's some good wine indeed. I guess I'll go something like Plastered Sleep Unrestrained Ripples. That name sucks. The class comes to an end with an ultimate move that was probably named in haste. Shilu, who's been observing the class from a distance, approaches the Night Drifter. It's been a while since I saw someone give a lesson like this, starting from its very fundamentals.
Hardly can one find a pupil willing to slowly learn from the very fundamentals in a world of infinite technological advancements like the Veil. I am only fortunate enough to have found 2 pupils who are indeed willing. Your gait, your tone. Were you among the 10 blades of the East? Now, it seems entirely unnecessary for you to dig, as I don't quite recall putting anything on your tab. Put your futile questions to rest, for I have no answers to give. The past is like smoke. I have long emptied any history worth delving into. Ah. Okay. Day 29. Oh boy. Oh, I don't have any passes with that guy. Well, I can always do another stream on this next week. The thing is, next week is Silk Song. I was planning to keep it a surprise, but I won't be streaming Limbus next week. It'll be filled with Silk Song. Oh, maybe I'll change like Saturday stream to Limbus. That's probably what I'm gonna do. But yeah. Next week, Thursday, September 4th, that's Silk Song. Yeah, sorry. But I don't worry, I will be playing Limbus, don't worry. And also sorry, I missed a bunch of your chat messages. Give me a second. I suppose that makes sense, but what sort of aftermath would that entail? Would there even be a small, not tiny portion of people who would survive? With the powers that the Blue Man group have, not too sure. Probably outskirts people would survive, but city itself, it really does depend, I think. Hear me out, Drifter Ryoshu of Princess Sinclair in the Ponga. Want to hear something funny? Yeah? Oh, hello, Oikel. Welcome to the stream. I caught Freezer looking at Rio... Shoot. Huh? I don't control what he looks at. Just because I'm his partner doesn't mean that I control every single thing that he looks at. He's his own person. It's very interesting how Limbus still uses the PM formula of the big group wanting change, but the difference is that there's like 5 of them. Yeah. Didn't Damien imply though that only mark bearers may live through it? Oh, wait, did he? Oh. Huh. That is concerning, isn't it? Anyway, how's this brioche? Man, I could go for some brioche bread. I can actually go for some brioche bread and like nice soft and like what is it? What's the term? Butter compote? No, it's not compote. It's something. I don't remember. I actually don't remember. Just like a pat of butter on like nice warm brioche bread. Maybe like some cheese and like some like ham. A couple like fruit on the side. Basically a charcuterie board.
Okay. We can do... Sure. I don't know if they have a combination though. And then... Okay, nice. Tip top. Yup. Okay, nice. Alright. Day 30. I mean, in the book, they don't want to kill those with no mark. They just feel like they're lesser and only the decision of those with the mark matter. Let me see. Also, Dante is finally doing a class, huh? I'm supposed to teach his class, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure what to do here. It's not like I can suddenly teach you guys to hear the fathoms of other people's hearts. Yeah, it's not like we can suddenly have a heart-to-heart out of nowhere, right? And that is precisely why I've installed this box called Messages from the Hearts by the door here when the lessons first began. Messages from the Hearts? The greatest strength of Messages from the Hearts is anonymity. Here, people can anonymously share the concerns they have been eating away at them without the fear of judgment. Yeah, this seems like a great idea. I can see how everyone can be more honest about their feelings behind the masks of anonymity. The box is quite heavy. It seems like everyone's been making quite the liberal use of this. Let's see. The one on the very bottom has to be the first message. Let's see what it says. Oi, I gotta ask, do those consultations even do anything? Does this mask of anonymity even do anything? Also, what's the point of these messages anyway? If you've got to whinge, whinge at their face. Well, I ain't got much else to say, so I got one. My neighbor next door keeps making weird noises at night, so do something about that, yeah? Something about a smoking head over and over again. The point is, it's been getting on my nerves. If that doesn't get taken care of in a week, I'll deal with it in my own way. Deal with it how? It's all just personal grievances. Let's see what the next one says. Who dares herald the executive manager with such useless, weak-minded complaints? If you're going to continue wasting the executive manager's precious time and cause them trouble, I will personally hold you responsible for that blunder. You best prepare yourself for consequences. Wow, it's like she's right there, speaking right into my ear. Never thought written words could cause hearing damage. Moving on. I don't know if it's just me, but someone's probably been spying on these papers, huh? I got proof too. I folded this piece of paper up into a padlock, not shape. Whoever spied on it did a pretty bad job of replicating it. Oh, and another thing. My compass disappeared. It's the compass I got for surviving the hellish depths of the Bella Morte trenches. We're going to have to reestablish some house rules soon. A theft report? Did one of you steal her compass or something? No way. We never steal from each other, no matter how hard things get. Something troubles me. Oh, finally, someone finally submitted a real concern there. Was it type A wire that caused the explosion, or was it caused by replacing the clamp part from the shattering gear? The likely answer has been found. Do not concern yourselves with this message. Well, that's that, I guess. Look, I felt like I should really share this with someone. This might be something serious for once. You can't just let this slip away like nothing happened, you know? Yeah, I'm talking about the incident that happened aboard Mephi some time ago. Remember how someone smashed an alarm clock against Dante's head while they were sleeping? No one ended up finding out what happened there, right? You're going to have to bring me up to speed on this. Yeah, I don't know exactly when this was, but there was a loud shattering noise outside at night. So we all ran out to see what happened, but no one managed to find any credible clues, so I guess we just let it slide. Anywho, Dante said they were A-okay, so we moved on from it, but I'm telling ya, I saw what I saw. I saw Greg's bug arm. So here's my guess. What if he happened to lose his balance while carrying the alarm clock with one hand? You know what I mean? I'm trusting the enemy thing on this. Gregor, he wouldn't... The alarm clock, broken due to the shock of the time of the incident, was pointing precisely at 22:32. And at that hour, only 2 individuals were awake at night watch duty. Guys, this is turning into like a whole investigation. Around 2200, one of the 2 individuals who were on the night watch duty was... Yep, Miss Faust was one of them. Haha, hey Dante?
Didn't you have a brief conversation with Faust that morning? Now that I think back on it, I did have a talk with Faust that day. Briefly. Faust made a few criticisms on my command style, and she was right, but I pretended not to hear her because I didn't have anything to retort with. Don't tell me Faust actually held a grudge against me for that. So, fellas, I don't think anyone's noticed this, but I noticed the dusting of cigarette ash near the shattered alarm clock. As you know, Manager Bud, there's only 2 among us who smoke, but one of them stayed put in his own room. Know what I mean? There's a witness too. Unless that witness is a cowardly liar, I'm sure she'll come forward and tell everyone exactly what happened that night. I shall prove unto thee that I am no cowardly weaver of lies. In truth, among numerous cosplays I'd wish to accomplish was a duo of Captain Scorps and One-Eyed Navigator. To explain the lore of Captain Scorps, the tale began verily in the near year 757. After a very long read, alas, the possibility of procuring a scorpion arm proved more dubious than one could have expected, thus did I conceive young Gregor to join forces with me. The cosplay together and captured our glorious forms and photographs. Though 'twas a pity he had no pipe, only a cigarette between his teeth. And young Ishmael's compass was to be the captain's trinket. For that purpose, I briefly borrowed it from her room. Oh, woe was me, for I regrettably spilled an entire can of tuna, another prop on, and the compass was swallowed by its greasy juices. Despite my best efforts to restore the tunny aroma lingereth still, I beg thy forgiveness, Manager Esquire sob. Well, at least we know who took Ishmael's compass. Frustrating. TC. GWNNNMTL. Is this like a code? Sinclair? Translation, please. Yeah, trying to parse that form written text is usually way harder. I normally try to read the speaker's tone and the general context of her words, so unfortunately the plot thickens. Guys, are we actually going to try to find the culprit? Nausea bubbled inside me like I've been reminding of a persistent itch I managed to forget. It's like someone shoved a tuning fork in my head. Guys. Alright, that's it. That's it. Clockhead, read up. I'm going to confront the sod and tell him like it is, like there's and tell him to tell it like it is that there's something bugging him instead of whining in his sleep. Now where is he? Hey, nice. This anonymous person is trying to get to the bottom of this. Dante. Fare you well. It is I, the Sinif in the First Order. Apologies are in order. Ever since the incident, I could hardly lull myself to a restful sleep. In truth, it was none other than myself who pummeled your head with a clock. To explain this, one must explore the sentence cuts off as a part of the paper was been torn off. Worry not about what exists no longer. I will not embark on a multiquint ascribing of excuses. I write before you in shame and express my willingness to accept any punishment you see fit to dole out. I seek nothing but your forgiveness. I can't believe the culprit was that sinner. Good thing you fessed up, but doesn't something feel off about the whole thing? What if he's trying to take the heat? But it seems to me that the number one sinner doesn't want to share the story any further. Maybe it's best we not dig into it unnecessarily. Oh, hello, Dante. I was taking a walk near here, and I need to drink water. Walk near here when I found a piece of paper someone tore off, so I'm returning it here. Hope it finds its way to the original writer, thus returns the number one sinner's paper. This has to be the key to resolving this case. I hurriedly unfolded the paper. The truth of what transpired. You ever find yourself wondering if the crackling firelight thing on top of the manager's head is hot like real fire, or if it would not give off any heat? Curious, right? Don't worry about it, Isang. It's not like we have any other way to tell other than touching it ourselves, haha. Indeed. Unproven phenomena cannot be confirmed without direct means of observation. They're asleep. Must have been pretty tired. Indeed. The ticking noise has shrunk in volume. It seems that we have just shared a thought. What if we were to quickly check while the manager's asleep? Gulp. Perhaps the sound of phlegm sinking past my gullet makes it far too much noise for this task. Yeah, well, I'm just finding out how loud my heartbeat can get. Izang, the alarm next to the manager. It's about to go off. You have a minute at most. I shall Astral interface with the timepiece. Look at you rats, playing a played-out prank. And that is indeed the full tale of what has transpired. Under the lens of hindsight's illumination, it would almost appear that I'm making a secret accusation to a fellow of mine. It would be easier on my heart to simply assume the entire weight of culpability myself. That's where it ends. The culprit was right under our noses the entire time. Sorry, Dante. I should have been upfront about it, but Otis was so adamant about utterly punishing the culprit I couldn't bring myself to, you know. Can't deny that. Tell you the truth in time. To tell you another truth, I think I might have an idea as to why I've been made a student along with Miss Xichun. There must have been something the company was expecting from me, but it's not just showing up, so they must be making me take these classes to compensate for it. Everybody else is boldly facing their own issues and slowly overcoming them. While I'm still here, feel like I'm stagnating in place. They've been telling me that my time's yet to come, but I don't know, I just get the feeling that my ship might have sailed for me already. It was clear to me that Sinclair wasn't just talking about physical training or his combat prowess. It's about something more than half the sinners had faced and were facing at this point, about his past and the path that lies ahead. The guilt and the pressure of having failed to confront it. It was never going to be easy for him to let go. I don't think anyone's got the perfect idea of how the whole trajectory of their lives is going to be. That's why we're on the bus, isn't it? You know, you can just shout at me to get my act together like Heathcliff does. Oh, I will if I have to. Whatever that was, you managed to talk it out, huh? All I heard was that ticking noise. Sorry about that. What Dante said was, hey, don't bother. I just need a quick glance at that look on your face to feel that tick-tock with my heart. Thus the curious case of the alarm clock came to an end. So, what do you think Ryoshi was trying to say? Two culprits. Guy of nightly nightmares and my translator. I see. Sinclair and I sat there for a moment, absorbing the awkward silence. I see. Yippee, day 30! Day 30. Oh boy. Sure, we can do this. There we go. Finally, the 30 days of lessons were completed, and the day of the final exam was upon us. Everyone came out to bid good luck to Xichun on her way to the final exam. My lady, I have nothing but absolute faith that you will be able to compete in this final exam just as excellently as you have all the others. It is most likely you'll be facing off a skilled foe from the Jue or Shi family. Of course, you will doubtlessly wipe the floor of them. I've taught you all that I know. I hereby give you permission to leave this boot camp. You got this, Xichun. Guys, you really didn't have to come all out. You didn't have to all come out here to see me off. Still, I have undying faith that you will emerge victorious, my lady. However, Zhigong and I have also prepared about 21 alternative solutions in case things go awry. So please, don't worry yourself too much. Do you have faith in me or not? Upon our return to the classroom, we were greeted by an unexpected guest. Jie Baochai? It must be very nice to be Xichun, to have so many teachers from all walks of life helping her out. It's been a while since you last saw Jie Baochai, who was during the regular assembly. What are you doing here, Big Sis Baochai? I couldn't stop myself from paying you all a visit out of pity. If only Xichun and Bao Yu both smiled on like nothing happened. Our blossoming years would have been peaceful still. Big Sis, please stop talking to me like that. I didn't know you could even say such a thing. Bao Yu, it's always been this way. If a fruit has fully ripened, we have to seize it and taste its juices before anyone else. We can't just let go. We can't stand emptiness. My brother couldn't. My parents couldn't. But you, who was born and raised on the same soil we were, how do you walk so softly, so lightly? I don't. My footsteps are no longer light. Every step, every sight I hold in my eyes as the days go by fills me with abundance. I'm only trying to accept everything as it is without asking for more or less. But how can one do nothing but watch when we're surrounded by such fragrance? What more do you seek, big sis? I want to be closer, that my hands may reach you. Have you already forgotten who I sent you that guest lecture? Xichun's palanquin isn't headed to the exam site, is it? No, it's not. It's headed to Big Sis Yuan Chun's exam site. Blessed scoundrels, I must hasten to the palanquin before I lose track of them. Wei sprinted outside even before Zhe Baochai finished. A trap, huh? Fellas, shouldn't we also get going? Calm yourself for a moment. Zhigong swiftly came between us, clearly having taken a gauge of the situation, or gauge. It has been too long since the palanquin has departed. It's better to move based on concrete evidence, not urgency. Though a beast seems to have chosen the latter. I think I heard the faint sound of hooves coming from the direction Zhigong was glancing in. Ah, so this is what you've chosen. Yes, the exams she has taken thus far were all meaningless lies. I could have shared this earlier, but I decided to follow my own heart and as you have decided to follow yours. Baochai smiled sweetly. So now, what fragrance do you smell from me? I smell nothing. Zhe Baochai left the room wordlessly upon hearing that reply. Oh. I see. Oh, that's more. Oh god. Jesus Christ. And I got none. That's, oh my god. There's still like 8 notes left. Oh. Yup, let's reach it to 800. Everything else is okay. I still need 1,000. Okay. Okay. That's fantastic. My voice is gonna go if I don't if I don't take care of it. Alright. This is where I'll end stream. It's gone on for quite a bit. I think like 90% of it was mostly me reading out everything. Oh yeah. This is where I'll end stream for today. Let me see if there's someone streaming Limbus. Let's see. Oh, May Friend is streaming Limbus right now. She also recently got a new live 2D model. Yeah, so go check her out. Wait. Share, copy. There you go. There you go. If you hurt your throat enough, you unlock second puberty. I'd rather not. But yeah, go support her. She's streaming the spring cultivation event as well. So yeah, go show her some love. But before I do, of course, I have to do my shills. So please like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for next time I stream. But yes, every type of engagement does help. YouTube likes it when there's any type of engagement. It will boost my channel up, which will be very, very nice. If you wish to support me financially without YouTube taking like 70% of the super chats whenever I unlock that, I do have a Ko-fi in the description below, so if you wish to check that out, there's that. And tomorrow I'll be streaming Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Ward. We're finally at Heaven's Ward. I get to continue it. I'll be streaming at my regular time, 5 p.m. EST, 2 p.m. PST, or 10 p.m. UTC, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah. Oh, hello, Sinclair. Yeah, I'll have to end the stream. It was just a lot of talking. I don't think my voice can take any more of it. What's the link you said? Oh, that's my friend. My friend. She's also streaming Limbus right now. So yeah. You hit 300? Yeah, hit 300. Yeah. I'm doing it. Yippee. But yeah, I think that's it for all of my announcements. Again, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay hydrated, and most important of all, please be kind. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.